Perfect. Very good morning, warriors. I think I've already introduced most to all of you, mostly. For those who did not attend your fun event, the Children's Day thing. My name is Rahul, and I'm going to be your direct tax faculty for your CA Inter May 25, September 25, Jan 26, जो भी attempt तुम लिख रहे हो, right? I am keeping it open because, yeah, course of CA, you also know, I also know. Yes, you don't have to worry about what it is. Luckily for you, you're writing September 25, and therefore, in case something goes wrong, you have one more attempt to go forward. Yes, I have a very beautiful subject to take for you, which is called as direct taxes. I don't know how many of you have heard it from your seniors कि paper tough है, paper difficult है, सब सही है. This paper is the toughest paper of your course, no doubts about it. Yes, it's going to be one of the most toughest papers of your courses, but trust me, one of the most interesting papers of your course, right? You're going to be going away from your 12th and accounts and pata nahi kya kya. Yes, you're going to remove all those things and you're going to learn something which is practically useful. Yeah, so you're going to learn something very practical enough, and trust me, something which is a little bit different from CA courses. Yes, now every time you learn CA, I think the one thing, I'm not sure how many of you have learned about it, but one thing which you would have seen from your CA courses, everyone would come and say you should be the most compliant person, people trust you with your words, your sign carries marks, your sign carries weights, and I don't know what shit you have learned. Right? I'll tell you very honestly, my course is exactly opposite. Yes, people don't come to tax to come and ask you how to do taxes. People come to you with only one simple reason: Rahul, how can you reduce taxes? Yes, that is what my subject is about. Yes, and trust me, for your parents, for them, your CA course is worth nothing unless and until you can go back home and come and say, Papa, 1 crore you earn, I will make tax zero. Yes, if you give that one bold statement to your parents are next tomorrow going to come and say, Beta, today you are a CA. Varna to you are not worth it. Yes, because let's be very honest. I think this is one course where if you qualify, right, after you qualify, people will come and tell you CMA, there is this stream and all you can choose. You can go into accounts, you can go into audit, you can go into risk advisory, pata nahi kya kya. Yes, the beautiful part about my subject is no matter which field you are in, there'll be always this one uncle Jija Sala who will come to you and will come and say, Beta, you have cleared CA. Matlab, can you file my returns? Yes, and at that time you will go and tell him, Uncle, nahi, I am in audit department. I don't know how to file returns. And the first question he'll ask you is, which attempt did you clear? Correct. Straightforward question will be asked. No doubts about it. Yes or no? Yes. This is this one subject where people are always excited about. Yes, because everyone wants to save taxes, and especially Marwadi Jain family, no doubts about it. Right? Unme paise se zyada tax important hai. Yes, they're ready to pay 2 crore more to the CA if they can save 1 lakh rupees tax also. Right? That is the kind of liberty my subject has, and beautiful level of subject which we have. You're going to learn it very practically with me. Yes, just to give a bit of background before I get into the subject with you people, I have been doing direct tax for almost about 9 hours now. Yeah, 9 years right now. Yes, it's almost been 9 years right now. I have qualified my CA in 2019. I started my CA in 2015. 4 years, single attempt, everything. Nothing has been delayed anywhere. But yes, since the time I've started my CA, articleship, I've always been into tax. Yes, this is the only one subject I liked. I did not like anything else. For me, everything else was boring, including audit. And I'll make it very clear to you, right? There is this one reason why I chose tax in my articleship is because I hated audit. Yes, and somehow that became my journey. So 2016, I started my articleship. 3 years I've done my articleship in tax. Post qualification, I'm still doing taxes for the last 5 years right now, right? So that's what my whole background has been. I fairly have a good knowledge on the subject, and I say fairly, I mean good knowledge about the subject. Right? And I'm not talking about the knowledge which you need from the book. I need knowledge beyond the book, right? That is the kind of knowledge which I share with me. I also have been working as a full-time, I wouldn't say employee because that's like labor, but yeah, I have been working in a company as well, and I head the direct tax department of a company which almost has about 5,000 crores ka turnover, right? So I handle the whole tax department of that company. That is what my small profile is. Company is making 5,000. I'm not. I don't get that much. मेरे को उतना मिलता तो मैं यहाँ थोड़ी ना होता. Yes, so that is what the profile is all about, people. I have been teaching since I qualified, so that's 2019. So it's been almost about 5 years. So been almost about 5 years since I've been teaching the subject also. I have knowledge in other subjects as well, but yeah, for me everything else is boring. So this is what is more exciting for me, because every time I come to the class, the one simple glow in your hand will be is, Rahul, how can you tell me to save taxes, right? And so that is the kind of glow I'm going to show you, and I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to tell you that, right? That is the very simple idea we have. Because obviously at the end of the day, people, if I give you all the secrets, then you will not pay me for it later. Correct? So yeah, I'm selfish. Let's be honest about it. No doubts about it. Any faculty for that matter is selfish enough to that extent. Yes, we want you to clear, no doubts about it, but I'm not going to give you anything where you can save taxes, but I'm going to tell you what are the mistakes in the law. Yes, everything of those sorts will be done. Basically, my intention with this classes is very simple, people. Taxes is a subject which you can learn at your home also. At the end of the day, CA is a self-study course. There's no doubts about it, right? But there is this one reason, or probably two reasons why you come for classes. Reason number one, because you are lazy. Yes, you can't study at home yourself. Yes, that is purely reason number one. Reason number two is because you think you would learn a little bit more than what the book shows, right? And that's where my part comes in. I cannot take over your first part, people. That is you stupid. That's it. Yes, it is second part which I am more interested about. I am here for me to teach you something beyond the books, right? What you can learn from the book is anyone can teach you. You can learn it yourself also. Yes, my job will be to teach you what is beyond the books, to tell you what exactly should you look at it differently, right? The good or the bad thing about my subject is a more practical plus a theory subject, right? Unless you know the law, you cannot know the tax, right? So I'm going to teach you theory, but I'm going to teach you practical theory, right? So therefore, I'm going to tell you how theory should be applied in common sense in order to find what is the tax payable, but also to find what is the tax not payable. I'm assuming you know the difference, right? The tax not payable is the part where you know you have to pay tax, but you're not paying the tax. Yes. Now here two things can happen. Because you're not paying the tax, either you are the most smartest person or you're going to jail, right? Now, I can tell you how you can go to jail, but it will be more better if I tell you how to be the smartest person. Yes or no? Yes. So that is what we're going to do in the class, people. That is what my whole interaction with you people in the class would be. I'm going to take you away from the numbers of costing, from the boring subjects of audit and everything, and I'm going to take you something more interesting enough. Yes. But some ground rules before I start the batch itself. Yes. Some things which you and I have to follow together, because that is how the classes will go more exciting enough. Yes. The rules are almost there in the bottom. You will see it here. First is definitely don't be late to the class. People, my subject mein problem ye hai ki when I start the class, in the first 5 minutes, the magic happens, right? Because the next 2.5 hours which you're going to have class with me is all going to be dependent on the first 5 minutes. Okay. So one small miss on the first 5 minutes, after that, I'll just keep doing the sums. You will not even realize what is happening, right? So everything will go south in the first 5 minutes. So don't make that mistake with me. And I have this beautiful practice that I will always start with an important topic in the first 5 minutes. Pakka rule hai mera. Yes. So I will always ensure that I'm starting with the important topics in the first 5 minutes. You be late to the class, it's a gone case for you. Yes, and luckily recordings are also coming beautifully well, so nothing is coming to you, right? So first rule, very simple, please don't be late to class. I am not the kind of faculty who's going to tell you to stand outside and all. I'll permit you to sit inside itself, because for me it doesn't matter. Yes, you're going to sit and stare only on the board because you didn't understand anything either ways. So तुम बाहर बैठ के भी वही करोगे, तुम अंदर बैठ के भी वही करोगे. I don't care, right? So I'm not like Jitu Bhaiya where I'm going to tell you that you have to stay outside. I will purposely call you inside to see your faces, right? So that is what I'm going to do. So your choice, either you want to be late in the class or you don't want to be late in the class. Yes or no? Yes. Second rule, people, I have certain equipments which I like you people to carry along with you. Yes, certain equipments which are there on the board, and that's mandatory for my classes. Any one of the equipment not with you, you are not permitted in the class. Yes, and this is more for boys, not for the other side. Yes, going, begging, borrowing, stealing, not allowed, right? One long size book, because it's a theory paper also and a practical paper also. So one long size book in which you will be writing your sums and all. Don't carry this big on the register, jaise 5,000, 6,000 pages. I'm not going to make you write so much. Yes, some 80 pages will be due for me. Yes, not more than that is what you're going to solve with me. Most of the things will be given homework, so you'll be going home and doing it yourself, right? So for the class, 80 pages good enough for me. One long size ruled book. Okay, no unruled book and all, people. For those who understand foundation, I don't know how the paper was, I don't care also. Inter mein you have written papers, right? And everything has ruled papers. You will be writing in ruled pages. So I want everyone to carry a ruled paper. Get used to the model. Yes. Second, you see on the screen. How many of you are aware about this? Yes. CA curriculum mandated to only use black pens. Cannot use any other color pens. You choose to write with any other color pen and you try playing these games and all. This is now for the right side. Yes. Trying multiple colors in exams, doing this highlighting, coloring and everything, they will withhold your results of paper will be deemed as not valid. Yes, you can already decide to write the next attempt, you will not be given any mark for it. Yes, results will straightforward go withheld, don't do those mistakes. Yes, it's okay to be nice, not nicer. Don't do that, right? So one black pen for you to write all your sums. Every sum which we dictate in the class, I will only see black pens in your hand and you will be writing only with black pen. Mandatory rule. Today itself, get used to your pens, people. Yes, for the bigger problem of foundation is that you don't get much of writing practices. Yes, everything is going to come in inter, right? And for those who are thinking, Rahul, inter is going to be easy, no. Yes, from day one itself, you're going to start writing tests and everything, and you will start realizing how tests are. Yes, papers will be designed in such a way that you cannot complete. No doubts about it. Yes, lengthy in CA is must, right? And so writing practice is extremely critical, and that will only come when you get used to your pens, right? All those kind of friends of mine, jiske parents would come and tell day before exam, I went to some Baba and I got this one pen for you. If you write with this pen in your exam, you'll qualify, get rank and all. No, absolutely not allowed. Yes, get used to your pen today. Today itself decide what pen you want. You want Trimax, you want this, you want some pen and all. I don't know what kind of market is going on right now. Get used to your pens today itself. This is the one pen which you're going to carry with your exams also. Yes, pens are not going to change going forward. Today itself make a choice as to what kind of pen you want to use for your exams. My small request, pen should not be very thin color also. Yes, don't keep it very light ink, because if it is not visible, it is not visible. Yes, so keep the pen which has a little darker shade, but don't go with that this is one blue color pen comes with a big nib, and you know, the handwriting itself will come like this. This is how you should write normal handwriting. Yes, in that the handwriting will come like this. I don't remember the pen name. I'll probably show it in the next class, or maybe if I see it in one of your places, I'll throw it in the dustbin. Right? So avoid those kind of pens also, people. Handwriting is not important for CA, but is important for you to get marks. Okay, the less good your handwriting is, the less expectations of your clearing is. Yes, hey, that does not automatically mean that if you have a good handwriting, you will pass. That also will not happen. Yes, write as much as the person can understand. If he understands, you get marks. If he doesn't understand, you anyway don't get marks. Yes, yes. So one black pen for you to get used to, people. Apart from this, you have one red pen. Yes, this is my pen. This is not your pen. This is my pen. Yes, you will all have a red pen with you. I will use this red pen in your books to tear your books off, right? So you will be making beautiful level of mistakes for me, and I know this subject is like that. Yes, this subject you will keep making on mistakes, and I will be the most happiest person to come before you, take your red pens out and scratch your whole book off, right? So this pen is more for me and not for you. This is for me. Yes, yes. So everyone is going to carry your own personalized red pen. Yes, I want to see it on your face. Your personalized red pen I want in your hands. Okay. Yes. Next. Two highlighters. Yes, I want two highlighters, people. One highlighter for you, one highlighter for me. Okay, one highlighter for you in case you want to mark something important. One highlighter for me when I will tell you something is important. Okay, because I don't trust you. Very clear. Yes, if I come and give you the liberty to use a highlighter, you will highlight everything off. Yes, then everything is important. And when everything is important, nothing is important. Okay, so you will use a highlighter based on what you think you will make a mistake on. One highlighter for me, I will tell you what to use with that highlighter on. Yes, so two highlighters. Here again, people, dark highlighters are avoided. Use lighter color highlighters like yellow, dark pink, nahin, light pink, and then the light blue, not the dark blue, and green, maybe dark green, basically light colors, people. Yes, all those neon colors, like he said. Yes, bring all those neon colors, that would be better. Don't bring any darker shades. The reason is very simple, it just takes an imprint on the back. So आगे क्या लिखा पीछे नहीं पता चलेगा. Yes, so don't take the sides of the back. I want a lighter color so that it can be easier for both of us. Yes, two highlighters. And next, this is your weapon. Yes, the CA weapon which you have is your calculators. This is mandatory in my class because my class is going to be filled with sums. There is going to be a lot of theory, but there will also be sums. Yes, so one calculator is a must. Same rule as pen, people. Get used to your calculators. Yes, you are already aware about it right now. No scientific calculators and all, no pi and all. You anyway don't have it for exams. Yes, so get a normal calculator. Don't get a very pocket size calculator. The ऐसे वाला जहाँ पे like this the buttons will come. No pocket size calculators, people. Not permitted in exams. Not permitted in exams. You need to have a full calculator. Yes, because very simple. My subjects mein numbers are not going to be small. Yes, when Rahul talks with you for 100, he means 100 crores. We are CS people. Yes, we are not working for 100 rupees. No one is working for 100 rupees. If you're working for 100 rupees, become a BCom guy. Yes, this is 100 crores, bare minimum numbers. Yes, so in my chapter, minimum number 5 crores, 6 crores, bare minimum. Itna to tum tax bharoge. Right? So calculators with at least 14 digits showing is a must. If you're showing only 5, 6 digits, calculator is not going to work for you. Yes, calculator will say error and they'll say exam mat likho, chhod do. Right? So don't get to those positions. Get used to a calculator, people. I don't have preferences, no Casio, no nothing, whatever calculator you want. The only rule is get used to the calculator. Changing calculators also cause problems. The speed on the calculator is a must. If you change your calculators at the last day, gone. Yes, small request, have always 2 of them. Have always 2 of them. Bring only 1 to the class. Yes, if you bring the second one, someone else will take it. So bring only 1 to the class, but always have 2. Always have 2. By the day you go for exam, you should always have 2 because you know your luck. Yes, correctly in the middle of the exam, calculator will stop working. Right? So that days and all, you should at least have a backup in your hand. So always carry 2 calculators with you. Exam class mein ek hi leke aana. I don't trust your other persons. They don't. I don't trust you, so you don't trust them. Very simple. Yes. Next. अच्छा है ही नहीं क्या? Screen पे नहीं है. Yes. For me, at least for me, I feel like people have beautiful handwritings. Right, and those are the kind of handwritings which I appreciate because I love to give zeros. Right, avoid getting those things. Yes, because my chapter is all about sums, you're going to keep creating columns. I need a little bit of a legible practice in your papers. Yes, when you write a paper, it should look like the person wants to read the paper. Yes, don't write the paper as if you are coming and saying mere ko bhi nahi aata, tere ko bhi nahi aata, chhod de. Right, don't give that impression to the examiners. You're anyway going to fail. Right, so 1 pencil and a scale just to get columns created. Yes, no other show off. वो बैठ के फिर आंसर खत्म होने के बाद यहाँ पे ऐसे वो हाईलाइट करके दी एंड ऐसे कुछ नहीं चाहिए मेरे को. Yes, simple 1 pencil and a scale for you to create columns. Yes, this is my basic requirements from you. Achieve हो जाएगा? हो जाएगा? Yes, by the next class I want everything in your hands. Yes, and everyone will carry this with you. Do not carry it in झोला and everything because गायब हो जाएगा. Yes, create that box. वो जो भी बोलते हो तुम लोग उसको. Yes, वो तुम pouch, stationery box, वो equipment box, geometry box, जो box है समझ. Yes, get me something. Yes, don't carry it in your pouches and all. You trust the other person, he will not get it back. Yes, so don't do that. Yes, bring all those equipments by next class, people. We are going to start working on those things. आज की class में not required because आज की class tax ही नहीं पढ़ रहे हम लोग. Yes, we're not starting with the subject. Yes. First, I need to understand whether you know foundation or not. Yes. For the next 2 days, I'm only going to be telling you how much foundation you know. Right? So you're going to have a reality check with me. Yes. For those people who are having that proud feeling that Rahul be cleared in the 20% result when everyone else clears in 40% result, I will show you what 20% is. Yes. That is what my job is. Yes. I always join and the first days of the classes because the days one I will come and tell you what kind of CA you're going to become. Right? So we'll see it today. देखते हैं आज कितना होता है. Yes, this is what you're going to do along with me, people. Now this is what I expect from you. Let me tell you what I'm going to give you, what you can expect out of me. First things, I'm going to give you the material which you're going to read for exams. Yes, I am not the kind of person who's a fan of income tax material of ICI. Yes, because honestly even I don't understand their book. Right, they've given you some 2 modules and some 6,000 pages on it. Yes, so when you open the book you feel like you want to fail. Right, the book is that bad. Right, and I am being very honest about it. Right, because somehow somewhere even ICA does not know what the book looks like. Yes, so what ICA has done is ICA has taken the income tax act, copy pasted everything and put it on the books. Yes, without even explaining what does it mean. Right, and that's where the whole problem starts. So I do not like that book. Honestly, I don't like the book, and I'm telling you today itself as an open declaration, ignore your books off. Yes, you don't need that books. You can keep it at your home, pack it and keep it. Once you clear CA Inter, you create that mountain. Yes, you create that mountain, you put ICA books on the bottom, you put my book on the top, and you take a photo and you come and say this is what I read for exams. Yes, that you do, but you don't read from the book. Yes, that is what my request is. Don't touch that book. It's not required for you from my exam perspective. Yes, from my side I will give you certain books, people, which you will anyway get it as you go forward. This is what you're going to read for your exams. Bus. Yes, your by the way, that is module 1, so that's almost about that's 1,000 pages. That's module 1. You have another 1,000 pages for module 2. That whole thing is summarized here. Okay, so this is what you're going to read in exams. It's very simple, people. ICA loves to write English. Yes, That is the only reason. Yes. So one same English would be repeated 5 different times, and therefore it becomes 5x of the books. Yes. I have almost about 191, 92 pages. Yes, that is what you're going to read for your exams. Padlo bus. Yes. For those who are coming and telling Rahul 192, you want me to read versus 6,000 pages. Pakka, you're cheating me. You will not let me pass my exams and everything. Dekh lenge. Right? You trust me for one chapter. You trust me for one chapter. The first chapter alone, you trust me on this book. We will do it from this book. First chapter later, I will itself audit with you. Yes, I will audit my book versus ICI books. And then we'll come and compare saying, kitna maine miss kiya, kitna maine ignore kiya. Yes, I will show it to you. After that, if you come and tell me, Rahul, I still want to read ICI material, you are lost. Tum dekh lo. Okay? Yes, chapter number 1 alone, trust me on this and we'll get it done with you. Yes, so you will be given one good, very nice book called as Concept Guide. I'll show it to you on the screen also. This is how the book will look like. Do I have it? Let me check if I have it. Downloads, and yes, beautiful, I have it. This is what the book will look like, people. Yes, only colors. Yes, for the black and white life we have color is all everything. Yes, so you'll have complete colors on the books. This is what the book will look like. And trust me, simplest of the English. Yes, if you can read the English, you will understand the English. That is what it is. I am as average as you are. Just that I cleared everything in first attempt. That's it. Yes, so as average as possible, I have everything in simplest of the English. Images, charts, jo chahiye sab milega. Yes, in case you are getting bored, you have kya bolte usko? Motivation. You have motivations also. Yes, you have motivations also. You want to stare at someone, there are photos. You have everything in this. Yes, I think you have Sushant and all memories and all given. Yes, sab diya hua mera. Yes, so you will have charts and everything just for you to summarize the whole thing. Rather than reading big English, we can read one chart and everything gets over. So 10 pages gets over here itself. Yes, those kind of things will be also given to you. You will have family chart and everything. Yes, Sara family chart and all created. Everything will be given to you. Basically, people, generally as a faculty, what is my job? My job is to make you write notes. Yes, I've written the notes. Right, because somehow, yeah, I don't trust you. Right? And I'm gonna keep repeating this again and again. Right? So because I don't trust you, I've made all the notes. So which means whatever you may miss out, I've already included inside this. Right? So you just have to read this book, and this is what it is. Just to give you the comfort key, yes, it is looking like my book. It is written also in handwritten font. Yes, the fonts are also something like it's handwritten as if you are written. Just that your handwriting is bad than this. Right? So utna bhi kar diya maine. Yes, so everything is done, and just to complete it, is 190 pages with the cover page and everything. So if you ignore cover pages, it's around 185 pages. This is what you're going to read with me for exams. This is what you're going to read for me in exams. And just to be honest, this covers your whole study material. Yes, the whole study material is covered in this. Nothing has been skipped off. In fact, there is things beyond study material also in this. Yes, that is what we'll be discussing in the classes. Now, you may comment and Rahul, 185 pages. So, matlab, if you start the class today, maybe 1 month later, you'll complete the class. No. My classes, though is 50 marks paper, will go as equivalent to other subjects of 100 marks. Yes, I am looking at a subject which is almost double the size of other subjects but carries half the mark. Right? So you're going to be spending the equal amount of time which any other faculty will be spending along with you people. Right? Because here 185 is for you to read for your exams. But if I have to keep you ready for the market, I need to take every page and complete it for one day. Right? So in this, what we're going to do is we're going to take just one page. I'm going to be discussing that one page for almost about 3 classes. And then we go to the next page and then do it for 3 classes. Right? That's what, no, that's how ICI has done it. ICI has put 50 pages for it. I put 1 page for it. So I have to give you ICI is worth 50 pages also, no? Right? So utna bhi main karunga. Right? So we're going to spending time on this 185 pages because, yeah, let's be honest, people, for your exams, you have 1.5 days ka break. Right? And in that 1.5 days, you have 2 subjects to read. One is direct tax, one is indirect tax. Both are 2 different things. Right? Both may look taxes, but both are very different. What you know in direct tax is not in indirect tax. Yes. At certain point of time, when Vivek is taking classes, I will come and tell Vivek is wrong. And when Vivek is taking classes, Vivek will say Rahul is wrong. And you're writing both the papers in exam. So when you get that topic, you need to now decide who's wrong. You understand the sequence, right? That's where the whole fun is. That's where the whole fun is. Yes, mere liye fun hai, tumhare liye tum dekh lo. Right? Right? This is what the subject is going to look like, people. Now this, if you notice, is 185 pages because there are no sums in this. Yes, I've kept only the book as a concept for you, because on the day of exam, I don't want you to do sums. Yes, while you may want to do sums, I will not let you do sums, right? Because you don't have that much time for it. Yes. Also, because you have sums, we have to give you a separate book, right? And so that will be given in this format. You will be given called solutions guide. You'll be given this handouts pages. This has almost about 88 sides. Yes. Now this 88 sides is only questions. Does not have answers. Does not have answers. While it is called solutions guide, that's the irony. Right? So it's a guide to the solutions, but it's not the solutions. Right? So I'm giving you the questions in this. We'll be discussing all these questions in the class. Right? For the questions which we'll solve in the class, you write the answers here itself. For the questions which we discussed, you will go home and write it. You will go home and write it. Just as a hint, the answers to this are already uploaded in your app. So you have the answers in the app. That does not mean that you will go and check it. Right? It means that you will solve it at your home. If you still don't get it, you will check it there. Yes, that is the only ideology behind it, nothing else. Yes, so answers are also given to you for you to do it. Now this solutions guide basically has all your ICI questions, obviously. No questions of ICI has been missed out. But beyond that, I have also given you last 25 years papers. Yes, so in the last 25 years, whatever questions which ICI has asked in your past exam papers, in your something called RTPs, your MTPs, all those things, all are covered. Yes. Now you may come and ask, Rahul, 25 years, how is it coming in 88 pages? Very simple, people. At certain point of time, ICI also gets bored creating new questions, right? So questions are getting repeated. Now I am not going to repeat the question. I'm going to give you one question. I'll just put on the bottom saying it has come 5 times. So if you want to solve more questions, what will you do? Solve it 5 times. That is what I can tell you. Right or not? Yes. Now some people will come and tell me, Rahul, there is a faculty who's selling a book in the market outside, who's giving me this big book for solutions. Therefore, if I solve all those things, will I get full marks in exam? Go try. If you complete, you let me know. Right? Because I could not complete. Right? So I'm giving you this book, and this book has the same 5x. Has the same 5x. The only difference is there it is repeated 5 times. Here it is. There it is repeated 5 times. Here it is showing 1 time. Yes. So the only thing which will have is there will be Mr. A. Here will be Mr. X. Now, if you're feeling bad of Mr. X, go do Mr. A. That is what I can tell you, right or not? Yes. So don't take efforts on those kind of things, people. That is what my small request is. All your past exam papers are covered in this. Yes. Some questions alone are not covered, and that's purposely not covered because you'll be writing with me as tests. Yes. So you'll have beautiful level of tests coming with me, and I have a challenge for everyone today. Open declaration to you. Yes. I have a challenge with everyone that out of the 24, okay, out of the 24 people, 2 will get good marks. The balance 20 will get single digits. Yes, this is the speciality of Rahul and Profex, right? Rahul has never created a paper where people have got good marks. Yes, if someone comes and tells me they've prepared good for tax, your paper will be worst, right? वो मेरा challenge है. Yes, all the people sitting outside are right now sitting with tax books because they wrote 2 marks right now for Jan 25. Yes, you want to know their marks? 50 marks का paper होता है tax का. Yes, they got 3. One got 1. Someone tried and got 7. Right? There were this very knowledgeable people in the class, the deserving rank holders, who came to me last batch and they came and told, Bhaiya, this time we'll get rank. And I said, you gave me a challenge. Yes. So I set the paper for them. They got 5. Right? This is Rahul. I'm being very honest to you. Yes. I'm the most sadistic guy you will see in life. Yes. Every time you are feeling bad, I'm feeling happy. Right? And that's how I am, very honestly about it, no doubts about it. Right? So every day I come in the class, I will come with that mindset that I'll see sad faces. Right? If you don't have a sad face, I will make it. Right? That is what my life is. Yes, because that is the kind of happiness. You expected me to get up at 6 a.m. in the morning and come to the class. No. Itna to main karke jaunga. Right? So that is what is going to happen. But jokes aside, people, the reason I do it is very simple. My subject is very unpredictable. Right? Some days I say I would feel like, you know what, paam bacha, therefore give them easy questions. And one of the days will come where I say we will be like, aaj to leke rakhte hain. I am getting you prepared for the worst. So that when you get the easier one, you are like, haan, theek hai, ye to koi bhi kar lega. Right? I do not want to give you that fancy mindset that tracks is easy. Because if you start solving the easier ones, one of the days when bad paper comes, no, you will not fail. You will come and blame me. Rahul ढंग से नहीं पढ़ा, शायद मैं fail हो गया. Right? So I'm not taking that risk itself. राइट? तो आई एम प्रिपेयरिंग यू फॉर द वर्स्ट, ताकि अगर तुम वर्स्ट में पास हो गए तो अच्छी बात, अगर तुम उसके आसान ईजी हो गए तो दिल भी लाइक राहुल इतना पढ़ा है कि हम लोग को ये भी आता है। विन विन, मैं जीत गया, तुम अपना देख लो। Correct, correct. Yes, see, that is what my mindset is, people. Yes, I don't want to tell you anything which is wrong. It is very honest that I will give you tough questions, and this is like, you know, when you see this book, it will have some tough questions, but the tougher questions are not in this. All tougher questions are with me, right? So सारे tougher questions we will solve in the classes test. Yes, you will have this fortnightlies and all coming in, right? You will have fortnightlies, and then you will have a mock paper, then you will have a 50 marks paper, then you will have 50 marks paper. बहुत सारे papers होंगे. Yes, I have a lot of papers with me ready. Every paper I'll give you, yes, and we'll beautifully spend time on it. I will correct the papers. You will give me the paper today. Tomorrow morning we'll have the paper in your hand, because correct करने के लिए कुछ नहीं रहेगा. So I am, see, it's also true that I'm very hardworking. I have other things to do, right? So the more you write, the more I have to correct. So I ensure that you write less, so that I don't have to correct. Strategy, people, right? I'm playing my games. Now you come and defeat me. Let's see how it happens, right? So you now have a challenge that you have to come and defeat me. You have to make me struggle, right? Let's see how many of you can do that. That is what the challenge is from my side. I'm giving it on day 1. Challenge accepted? ठीक है, let's work with that. Let's work with that. देखते हैं 2 दिन, तीसरे दिन तुम आके पूछोगे मैं सीए क्यों कर रहा हूँ, राइट? उतना गट्स मेरे पास है, मैं बता देता हूँ. Right, that is the kind of course we are in, people. Yes, it's a beautiful course to the extent that you can either feel it is very easy or you can start making it very difficult, right? I am the kind of person who likes to go that side, right? So I would tell you from day 1 that it is difficult, so that when you go outside you tell people it is difficult. It's very simple, people. The more you tell others that it's difficult, your competition is out. Correct? Yes, there are 2 ways to clear exams. Either you do well or you make sure others don't do well. Correct, not correct? Yes. Now in the class I will make you do well, but I'll also teach you tips so that you can tell others that you should not do well. दोनों की लो. Correct? Yes, that is what is the whole strategy of the game, people. Yes, I'll be very honest to you. The reason is very simple. Our course works on those terms. Yes, you would have seen Pandits. You would have seen Pandits. The logic of Pandit is very simple. He knows things. Presumably you also know things, but you still want him to be paid because he comes and scares you for things you don't know. समझा मैं क्या बोला? Yes, you know that you should not do something, but you don't know what will happen if you don't do something. So he will tell you what will happen if you don't do something. Correct, correct, correct. He will come and show you those kind of things, imaginations that you will go to hell and you will be deep fried, and you will be put on that wall of irons and all those things. The nails and all, they'll poke in you and all those things. Yes, all those things will happen for you, and you are now more scared, and that's why you're paying him. Yes, our course is legal, Pandit, to be very honest to you. Yes, no one comes and pays you money, people. Think about it. As a CA, what do you think is your goal? You want to get paid or you want to get laid? Both, all of the above, right? Yes. Now if you want to get paid, you go to a person, a very simple question. Now today you're coming to me and you're coming and telling me, Bhaiya, this is the question, can you give me the answer? I'll give you the answer in 5 minutes. You will feel nice about me? Maybe. Yes, you give me the question, I come to you and I come and say, oh, what a question, this is the most difficult question I've seen. I think I will need to research on a bit. Yes, give me 2 more days. I will go through so many books, the guides, the taxman things. I will go and consult 4 more CS, and I'll come back to you with an answer which will help you save the best of the tax. Now I give you an answer. What do you feel about me? Now you are having that much confidence ki haan, if Rahul has researched that much, matlab he definitely knows the right answer. I know that day itself what is the answer, but मैं तुम्हें बताऊंगा. Correct? Yes, I will scare you to that extent. Yes, and that's what most CAs will do, people. Yes, when you qualify CA, you should do it. Yes, when you qualify, and that's okay. I'm telling you openly. Yes, when you become a CA, people, you make the biggest mistake in life. Yes, some uncle chacha will come to you and come and say, beta, this is what it is, can you do it for me? The first thing will come and say, family member, no, let's do it off. In return, what will you get? One dairy milk. नहीं तो आशीर्वाद. क्या करोगे उसका तुम? Yes or no? Yes. You go back to him and you come and tell him, uncle, I'm happy to support you. I'm happy to support you. But the problem is, uncle, you have a very complex audit. So much data is there. And I actually went through the file. It looks like so much mess is there. If one of this also comes out, no, they will put you in jail. But don't worry, uncle, you have come to the right person. I will come and look at everything properly. Yes, give me 1 week's time. I will look at everything properly. I'll come and arrange everything. And I'll give you the best of the strategy. If you do this strategy, you will get no tax. ये तुम day 1 में कर देते किया तुमने. Why are you doing this now? Now when you tell him no tax, this time you will go to him and you will give a statement. You will come and say, uncle, if you would have done it normally, you would have paid 10 lakhs. Now you're paying nothing. Now uncle is thinking, 10 lakhs बचाया राहुल मेरा. At least एक तो उसका बनता है. Yes. So for the 10 lakhs which you saved for him, now you know you saved everything. He was never supposed to pay 10 lakhs. Does he know that? You saved him 10 lakhs ka 1 lakh. What is he thinking? Rahul, ठीक है, 10 lakhs saved. 1 lakh also if it goes to Rahul, what is the big deal? At least 10 lakhs तो नहीं गया. जहां पे तुम्हें डेयरी मिल्क मिल रही थी 1 लाख मिल गया. Correct, not correct? Correct, not correct? Yes. The course works on those logics, people. Yes, which is why I'm telling you very simple. In this class, I will make things easier for you so that you understand what it is. But that is between us. It does not go outside the room. Does not? Outside this room, what will you tell world? You learn the most difficult things. Now you know how to save the taxes in the most legal manner. And I'm saying save taxes. He knows you're not saving taxes. Yes or no? Yes. Here you learn all the most easiest things, but when you go outside, you have to tell the world, I've learned so much difficult. I've learned this book, 6,000 pages I've read for the exams. Hey, because kal ko jaake, if you clear, people will think so knowledgeable he is. But in case you fail also, people will come and say, ha, maybe it was difficult, that's why he failed. If you tell outside that it was easy, and God forbid you fail, क्या इज्जत रह जाएगी तुम्हारी? Correct, no? Correct, no? Yes. CA was never a difficult course, people. CA was always an easy course. Yes, but our community created that kind of circle where we came and said, you know what, this course is where you can do everything. Itna kar lo bahut hai. Yes or no? Yes. That fear created inside people, and now people think CA is what it is, CMA is what it is, CS is what it is. इसके अलावा तो कुछ है ही नहीं जिंदगी में. Right? Right? You learn the same taxes in BCom also. For those who have done BCom, I'm not sure. Yes, you have the same subject in BCom. You have the same subject in CA. But a person who learned tax in BCom and a person who learned tax in CA, difference देख लो. Subject same ही है, कुछ भी change नहीं हुआ. Yes, but they respect you more because हमारी community वैसी है. Our community created that fear कि अगर तुम CA में clear करके तो बड़ी बात हो जाएगी. Clear तुमने वही किया है. Correct, not correct? Yes or no? Yes. So we are going to work with that fear, people. Yes, we're going to work with that fear together. We are going to sit along with us for the next 3 months, and you're going to work with that fear along with me, and you create that mindset with everyone else. Yes, where you'll go outside this premises and you'll come and tell everyone, क्या पढ़े हम लोग, मतलब एकदम ही ऐसे ही. अच्छा, ये सब समझ में नहीं आया था, पता है? Yes, it took me 2 months to just understand what this meant. But because I've now understood, I know everything about this. And so if you come to me and you approach me for that subject, I will charge you 1 lakh rupees, but I'll give you the best of the answers. 1 लाख मिल गया. CA की फीस रिकवर हो गई. Correct, not correct? Yes or no? Yes. There is this one small challenge I give everyone, people, is that by the time this batch gets over, yes, you should be in a position to go back to your parents and come and tell कि पापा इस साल का रिटर्न मैं भरूंगा. Right? And if that you can do as an inter student, then imagine what you can do at finals. Right or not? Yes. Because understand, your father is going to a CA to do his returns. As an inter, if you can do his returns, imagine the kind of power he will have. Right? Now he will come and say, why do I need CA for it? Yes or no? If my beta itself can do it, then that's the biggest achievement. At this point of time, you have won twice, because he will give you something in return. Yes. At one point of time, he is also now like, my beta has become so big. इतना सा देखा था मैंने, आज इतना हो गया. Yes, your dad will go and call 5 more people. and come and say, my beti, no, she actually did my return and she knows everything about the return. If you have returns, you also give it to her. Matlab now you're coaching clients also. Sab papa kar rahe hain tumhare liye. Correct, not correct? So one return you did for your parents, 5 more returns are coming to you automatically. Sab mein se paisa, paisa, paisa. Correct, correct, correct. Yes, this is the one target we are going to have, people. By the time we complete our batch, probably by January or something. Luckily, your due dates will come in July, right? So when it comes in July, you will have everything in your hand, right? So by the time it comes in July, I'm assuming you are not writing your exams. Yes, you're not writing your exams. So July, you should go and sit with your parents and come and say, Papa, I am filing your returns. You give me what your data is. I will file your returns. मैं दिखाता हूँ क्या करना चाहिए इसमें, right? And if someone else, and generally he will not trust you so easily, right? So he'll come and say, nee, beta, I have a CA, 10 years of experience, 50 years of experience. He will do better. No problem. You do one thing. You let him file the return. Yes. Before he files the return, you take the statement. What will you do? What will you do with the statement? No one wants to become CA. Look at the statement, people. Go to your dad and come and say, Papa, this what he did. No. If he would have done this, what would have happened? Tax would have come less. If he would have done this, tax would have come less. So which means, had you given it to me, 2 would have become 1.5. 50 lakh घर में रहता. Now you tell him that. He will go back to his CA. He will go and tell his CA, my beti told me that this is what you do, this would have happened. Is this correct? Now that CA has an ego issue. So he will try to find answers. He'll be like, no, see, your beti is wrong. She doesn't understand. Abhi chalu kiya hai. Agar वैसे करेगी तो ये हो जाएगा, वो हो जाएगा and everything. Yes, that point of time you bring him to me. I will not charge money, don't worry. Right? You bring it to me and I'll come and say, नहीं, आपकी बेटी ने जो बोला वो correct है. वो आपका जो C है ना वो ज़्यादा मांग रहा. Right? Now at that point of time, your dad now has trust issues. Not with you, with him. Because see, at the end of the day, who will he trust more? घर की बेटी या बाहर का आदमी? घर की बेटी. Yes or no? So he will trust now the घर की बेटी. He will be like, हाँ, जब बेटी बोल रही है tax बचेगा तो मतलब that guy has been cheating me for all these years. Now existential crisis has come for all the years. So now what will he do? He'll show you all the 50 years data. He'll be like, बेटा 50 साल देख लो ना क्या क्या बच गया. That point you will come and say, नहीं, see, उतना मैं नहीं देख सकता. आगे से मैं. Correct. Yes. Now you have created your market. ये सब तुम्हें बुक में नहीं मिलेगा. Correct. ये सब तुम्हें दिमाग लगाना पड़ेगा. Yes. Now for those who are thinking, Rahul, nahi, what are you telling me? All these things are not ethical, Rahul. This should not be done. We have a professional ethics. Professional ethics में दिखाते हैं कि you should not poach clients. किसका जा रहा है? Yes or no? Yes. At the end of the day, you and I both want to earn money. Happy to. Happiness is always a myth. Yes. At the end of the day, you and I both want to earn money. Yes. Now, you and I both know that it cannot be done by the right way. Right or not? Yes. But here you're not doing anything illegal also. कुछ गलत कर रहे हो. पैसा तो मांगा. कमाई का मांगा. मेहनत की उसके लिए. People, poaching someone is also मेहनत only. Correct, not correct? ऐसे थोड़ी ना आ गया. उतनी तो मेहनत की ना. उसके लिए तो रिवॉर्ड चाहिए ना. Valid, no? Yes or no? Yes. These are things to be learned, people. Correct, not correct? Correct, not correct? Yes. Let's keep the thought in mind. Let's keep the thought in mind. We're going to start the subject accordingly, people. Yes. I'm going to start with telling you what is difficult and then make it what is easy. Then make it what is easy. Make sense? Make sense? Yes. So equipments for you to carry, people. You have a pen, basically one red pen, one black pen, one blue pen. Two highlight. Blue pen नहीं है? Blue pen नहीं है? ठीक है. One red pen, one black pen, two highlighters, one calculator, one pencil and one scale. One extra thing which I am going to carry, people, I forgot to write it out, is something called as post-its. Now, I don't understand. How many of you understand this word? You know what is post-its? हाँ, गरीबों का word. हाँ, उसको गरीबों में बोलते हैं sticky notes. Yes, you have this square thing. You can take it out and you can put it like this. Yes, so that post-it you have to carry the bigger one, people, not the flaps one. I want the bigger ones. Yes, the reason is very simple, people. The book which I have given you, the 180 pages, I have kept it so much concise that there is no space to breathe. So there's no place to write, right? So if you want to write additional notes and I'll give you additional notes, right, you'll have to write it in that post-it so that you can stick it there. right? Otherwise, if you keep scribbling inside the book, there is already no space. Then you won't understand what is given, I won't understand what is given, right? So let's keep the book as simple as possible, people. बहुत efforts लगा उसमें. Yes, it's my baby. So ऐसे गंदा करोगे अच्छा नहीं लगेगा, right? So please create post-its also, people. Post-its is what we're going to use going forward. Every time I tell you to write something in your concept guides, you're going to take a post-it, you're going to write it, and then you're going to stick it there. Yes, so that it becomes easier for you to read also. It gives me the happiness that yes, tomorrow when you read for exams, I'll not have to give you a new book. By the way, I'm okay to give. I'll just charge you extra. That's it. Yes, so let's not do that, right? So तुम जो है वो रखो बस है, उससे ज़्यादा मेरे को भी चाहिए नहीं. Yes, बीक की कमाई मेरे को भी नहीं खानी, right? वो सब ICI मांगती है. Correct? Yes, yes, yes. Keep that thought in mind. Any doubts? Good to go? Yes, great. What are the other cheats, people? Yeah, so I'm going to give you one concept guide, one solutions guide, which is what I'm going to give you as a printout copy. Two more things which are going to get people is, one is called as an MCQ guide, because you and I both understand for your CA Inter you have 30% MCQs also. You have 30% MCQs also, so therefore I'll give you a separate MCQ guide also for you to write. Now I'll be very honest about it. I'm not going to give you an MCQ guide, some as outside faculty is giving you 5,000 MCQs, itni badi book and all. I can do it. Yes, what I'll have to do, I'll just have to start from the line number 1 of ICI. I'll have to say tax means dash 4 MCQs. Tax on income means dash income tax, indirect tax, GST. Padna hai tumhe? Not important. Yes, what I'm going to do is, people, I'm going to compile all the MCQs which ICI has released, right? So ICI will release some MCQs on your BOS knowledge portal. They will release some MCQs on RTPs, MTPs, and your past exam papers. I'll compile all those MCQs and I'll put it out and I'll give it to you. You can just solve those MCQs, good enough to go. Yes, at the end of the day, I cannot promise you on MCQs, people, because yeah, it's not that the same MCQ is going to get repeated, but at least you'll get the fire idea of what the MCQ looks like. Yes, a concept building will happen. At the end of that, there is no way to read MCQs. The only way to read MCQs is by reading the book. If you read the book, you'll get the MCQs automatically. Yes, you cannot have a separate book for MCQs. It makes no sense. Wasting time on that, not worth it. Yes, spend more time on concept guide. You will be better on that. Yes, so I'll give you one MCQ guide, and by the end of the batch, not right now. By the end of the batch, I'll give you something called as a cheat sheet. Yes, cheat sheet is basically where I'm coming and telling, if you feel 180 pages is also painful, I'll give you 10 pages. Yes, you will get the whole income tax in just 10 pages. Yes, so you'll have to read just 10 pages for your exams and you'll get the exam done. Yes, that is basically created for lazy idiots, right? So for the lazy guys, I'll give you one 10 pages book. The 10 pages book will come at 10 pages book nahi hoga, wo basically ek chart rahega, wall chart. Yes, I'll give you wall charts of 10 sides. You can just take the 10 sides, stick it on your book. Your 50 marks mein se 15 marks will be MCQs. 35 marks of written mein se first question will be 14 marks, the bigger question. And then you'll have smaller questions. Yes, out of that 35 marks, 25 marks will get covered in that. Balance 10 marks will be what you have to read from this book. Yes, that I'm giving at the end of the batch only. Aaj main dunga hi nahi, chance hi nahi hai. Yes, if I give it right now, you'll stop reading this book. I'm not doing that. Yes, utna risk main lunga nahi. I'll give you the MCQ guide at the the cheat sheet at the end of the batch. Cheat sheet at the end of the batch. When you forget everything of what is income tax, then I'll give it to you. Yes, then you start over again. Okay? Yes, yes, this is what I'll do from my side. Any other expectations you have from me? No. I'll give you some more expectations. You will have fortnight test happening for all your important chapters. You will have MCQ test happening after every chapter gets over. You will have full marks of 3 full marks after you complete the batch. Yes, which none of you will clear. वो सब मैं भी करूँगा. इसके अलावा, if you need something, by the end of the batch, mostly by the end of the batch, we'll have something called as a marathon class. Yes, now what is a marathon class? Basically on that day, I will come and tell you how you can read the subject in a matter of 6 hours. Yes, which means you'll take this whole 180 pages with me. You will start with me at 7 a.m. in the morning. Yes, and we'll have a class till 5 p.m. Between that 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. continuous class mein, we will go through the whole income tax in just a matter of 6 hours. Yes, so that I can promise and I can tell you that when 1.5 days you have to spend only 6 hours for direct tax. You can spend the balance time for that, what you can do. Yes, there Vivek will come and tell you spend only 6 hours for indirect tax and do balance direct tax. So which means what will you basically do? You do 12 hours both subjects and then you revise both subjects once again. Yes, you win for both. Okay, that is what we'll do. That will be happening at the end of the batch. If you're having exam in September, that should happen probably around 1 month before August. So we'll have a class in August on that day. 1 full day, 7 to 5 class we'll have for that thing also. Make sense? Yes. और कुछ चाहिए? हो जाएगा. बस है ना इसके लिए. पहले इतना पढ़ लो बहुत है. Yes. Apart from that, people, one simple thing from my side. Point number 3. My most important point. I have no restrictions on what you wear. As long as you are comfortable and others are comfortable, wear it. Yes. And this is more for boys. You should be comfortable. Okay? If you are comfortable, then it is good enough. Yes. So if they are comfortable, you are comfortable, everyone is comfortable, I don't care. Yes. तुम जो पहनना है पहनो. आज I am coming in formals. कल मैं भी सबसे गरीब लगूंगा. First day show off, nothing else. Yes. बाकी सब दिन I will also look like as if I am also not the faculty. I am also like teachers to you. I am also like students to you. So that is the kind of model I have. I am not the very, I wouldn't say boring, but the stricter ones. I'm not the very stricter ones. I don't. ये वो तुम ऐसे पहन के आओ, तुम ऐसे पहन के आओ, मैं भी ऐसे पहन के आऊँगा, कुछ नहीं मेरे को. Yes. Some days I'll wear t-shirts also and I'll come. Yes. Things are very casual with me. Yes. As long as you are comfortable, I'm comfortable. My only simple rule in the class is people do not disturb the other person. Yes. I have no botheration if you disturb yourself. तुम फोन चलाओ, तुम गाली दो, तुम जो करना है करो. खुद को डिस्टर्ब हो तो चलेगा. दूसरा डिस्टर्ब हो मैं गांड हो जाऊंगा. Yes. I don't like people getting disturbed other one because there is another person who's come for his career. You are not the one spoiling his career. Do not do that mistake with me. Yes, I get very pissed off on that things. If you are cross talking, I'll get pissed off. Right? So you disturb your life, you want to fail, your choice. Do not become the reason for someone else's failure. That is the kind of guilt you can never take off your life. Right? So don't make that mistake in my class. I would not be appreciating that extent. Yes, sufficient breaks will be given in interim classes. At any point of time, if you feel like Rahul, the subject is going very dry, very boring, stand up, tell me Rahul, break, I'll stop the class. No problems here. Yes, 3 घंटे की क्लास है, 1 घंटे की क्लास है, ब्रेक्स होंगे, प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. बिकॉज सब्जेक्ट ड्राई है, क्लासरूम भी थोड़ा गर्म है, राइट? तो ब्रेक्स होते रहेंगे, प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. दैट इज व्हाट विल हैपन आल्सो. यस, सम ऑफ द डेज यू विल हैव एक्सटेंडेड क्लासेस आल्सो पीपल. यू विल हैव full day 7 to 1 classes and all for DT. Those days and all will go very heavy. Yes, because those are the days we'll be doing important topics. That day sufficient breaks also will be given to you, so things will be chilled out. Yes, one small rule from my side to you people is that people, like I told you in this subject, direct tax is a subject where you have a lot to learn. Right? But beyond learning, there is a lot to understand. The understanding can only happen if you ask doubts, right or not? Yes. So I don't like these kind of silent classes where you are just staring at my face as if I'm looking good. I'm not. Right? Classes are specifically for you to appreciate what is going on. Right? At any appropriate stage, if you feel that you don't understand, you stand up and you ask. When I say stand up, ask. Yes, you ask. Yes, I have no botheration about one person asking it 10 times, 500 times also. I will do it for you, because if one of the person also does not understand, that's my loss, right? Then there is no point of you paying me the money. Technically Jitu is, but anyway, right? So for me, it is important that every single person understands and you are satisfied that you are going home with the satisfaction of understanding the subject. Yes, do not have this one mindset in your head ki Rahul, maybe if I ask I will look stupid. Trust me, if you're having the doubt, you are stupid, right? Because let's be honest, when you go for your exams, your other person is not going to write it for you. You're going to write your own papers. Yes, so it is your job that you clear and you get your salary. He is not going to sponsor your salary. Tomorrow you cannot come and say, I did not ask because of you and therefore I am not getting salary, you pay me. He's not going to pay you, right? So you are going to clear, you are going to get your salary. Every one of you are friends to each other, which is good. But this friendship only happens outside the class. In this class, he is your competition. Because अगर वो fail हुआ तभी तुम्हारा percentage में नाम आएगा. Brutal truth, but truth. Correct? Correct. Now I do not want you people to cross fight amongst each other. वो बाहर जाके करना. Yes. I want everyone here clearing. Right? So you should not encourage them to fail, but at the same time, don't come and trust them for your passing. करेक्ट. आई नो माई वर्ड्स. तुम्हें समझ में आया क्या? अगर नहीं आया तो बहुत डीप है, छोड़ दो. यस, पॉइंट इज पीपल, यू हैव टू स्टैंड अप फॉर योरसेल्फ एंड आस्क योरसेल्फ वेदर यू वांट टू बिकम द CEO or not, right? And that would require you to ask your own doubts. It doesn't matter if you don't understand, you ask the doubt, I will explain it once again. Yes, if one person also tries it, I will explain it once again so that at least others also gets repeated the attention on it, right? So please feel free to ask those doubts, because like I said earlier also, when I teach the subject to you, I may teach you the subject, but I'm also going to teach you things beyond the subject, right? And those things may not be something which you will appreciate in the first instance, because you're not practically oriented on this, right? So those things will take a little bit of an extra repeating also, right? And if that is required, then please do reach out to me. I'm happy to help you there and there itself. Do it in the class itself, right? Rather than you going home and messaging me, it's good, I will respond to you, but then you're the only one winning out of it. Yes, maybe if you ask, others will also win out of it. Sometimes you never know, the other person may not be interested to ask, but just because you ask, now he also has the doubt. So indirectly you're also a teacher. right or not? Yes. So as much as I'm teaching you, you're teaching your friends, and that's more important for each of us, right? So let's learn together is what my small request is. Do not come with that mindset, ki Rahul, I have that ego, why should I respond to you? No, right? This is the class of learning. I am talking to you, you are also talking to me. So talk with me is what my request is. The silence in the class haunts me, right? Because I want other people sitting outside to feel like I'm taking an interesting class. If this is the class atmosphere, then people will come and say Rahul is very boring. Don't spoil my image. Okay? Yes. So let's be interactive people. That's what my small request is. At every appropriate stages, I will keep asking questions, right? Whether the answer is right or not, answer. Because I can tell you every answer is wrong, right? For every answer you give, I have a defense. Yes, that is the power of tax. Even if you're right, I am telling it is wrong, right? So you'll always keep finding questions. And that is what the power of the subject is. You need to keep telling yourself that, yes, Rahul, I'm learning something new, even if it is wrong, right? So it's okay to make mistakes, but as long as you don't do it in the aaj kar lo, kya dikkat hai? Right or not? Yes. So please have that interaction with me, people. That is more interesting for me. Yes. I don't like this silence. मेरे को बिल्कुल ही नहीं पसंद. And I'm talking about every single person, right? If I see that one face who's like sitting in the class and just gazing on the air, as if the world is going to end, ये पंखा कब गिरेगा and everything, पता नहीं, right? I am going to take the class as much as I do. You may lose out the benefits. So let's not do that, right? At the end of the day, every one of you is going to go to the future and be ever stopped in life for one time to file a return, right? So every one of you needs to know the subject, whether you like it or not. Yes. So let's try it out to level best. Yes. You may not like the subject, but let's make it to our liking. Huh. I am trying to phrase the word. Okay? Yes. Makes sense. Yes. Uske alawa, people, I can promise you one simple thing, that whenever you have a class with me, the class is going to be fun. Yes. I'm not that kind of faculty who's going to come and tell you, beta subject tough hai, to matlab aise English padho, aise karo and everything. I'm going to give you examples. I'm going to play fun. I'm very used to adult jokes, and I'm a very big meme fanatic. Yes, so I'll give a lot of references to memes and everything. I'll give a lot of references to things which you should not be knowing at your age. So if you understand, tum nicho. If you don't understand, don't worry about it, right? Tum pogo dekho, right? But in case you at certain point of time don't understand what I'm saying, which is not the subject, don't worry about it, right? It is just that you are little not at that level, which is a good thing. Okay, so don't worry about it, right? At appropriate stages, people, the classes will run only in English. There is no doubt there. The classes will completely run in English. But at certain point of time, just to make that fun atmosphere, I will also use Hindi and Tamil, right? If you understand, great. If you don't understand, don't worry, it's not the subject. Right? Subject will be done only in English, right? So if you don't understand the language, it's okay. I'm not coming and forcing you to learn the language, it's okay. Yes. Don't come and ask me, Rahul, repeat karo joke ko, main nahi kar raha. I'm not repeating the jokes for you. Fun chala jayega, right? So jisko samajh mein aaya wo rakh le bas. Jisko nahi samajh mein aaya, maybe start using Instagram, aa jayega. ठीक है? Hey, but by the way, Instagram, come. Jitu bhaiya ko pata chala, mera kaam chala jayega. Yes, Jitu bhaiya is not very fond of Instagrams and all, so yeah. यूज इंस्टाग्राम, डोंट ठीक है? यस, अगर फिर भी बोर हो रहा है, राहुल मीम चाहिए, तो मेरे को एक ग्रुप में मैसेज डाल देना, मैं आपको भेजता रहूंगा. Yes, every day I send memes, I'll send it across to you people. Yes, so you follow me on Instagram, I'll send across memes to you. Yes, तो उतना देखो बस है, बाकी सारे explanation मैं दे दूंगा. Clear? Yes. Any doubts in the fun? Good to go. Can we start? Great. If this background is clear to you people, we are going to start on the subject of direct taxation. We're going to start on the subject of direct taxation. People, you're looking at 6 papers for your CA Inter. In that paper number 3, part number A is your direct taxation. I have a scope of 50 marks with you. I have a scope of 50 marks with you, in which 15 marks are going to be your MCQs, 35 marks are going to be your written paper. 35 marks are going to be written papers. In that 15 marks also, people, you're going to get something called case study MCQs. You're going to get something called case study MCQs, where they'll give you stories. They'll tell you who's gone for honeymoon, who did what, whose life is getting destroyed, who's getting married, has 3 sons, 10 sons, 50 sons, all those things will happen. And then they'll give you 4 MCQs. They'll give you 4 MCQs. The story is not important. The MCQs are important, right? So as you write your first test, you will understand how a case study MCQ looks like. I'm not revealing the secret right now. Yes. So all those secrets will be revealed in your first mock test paper. Right now, you have your case study MCQs also as a part of it. Now, there is no defined criteria of how much case studies can be asked. They can ask you any number of case studies, right? It all depends on how ICI looks at it. Yes, last exam, if I remember, they give you 2 case studies in which there were almost about 8 marks covered, and then balance 7 marks for single questions. Sometimes they'll give you only 1 case study for 8 marks and then give you 7 marks for MCQs. Pattern can be anyways. Yes, there is no defined way of the writing the pattern, and therefore anything can work on the MCQ front. Anything can work on the MCQ front. Any doubts on this? No. Great. Now, if I'm going on forward, people, we are looking at paper number 3. We're looking at paper number 3. Anyone has any idea on what the paper number 3 looks like? The name of the subject is called as income tax loss. Yes, it's not called direct tax loss, people. It is called as income tax loss. When you go to finals, it will be called as direct tax loss. When you go to finals, it will be called as direct tax loss. Right now, we are learning income tax loss. Yes, yes, yes. Now, if I have to understand this carefully for you people, I have 3 words. I have 3 words: income tax loss. Yes, I'm not even getting into the subject. I don't care about the subject today. Let's do it next class. Yes, today we're going to start reverse. We're going to start reverse. We're going to first understand what is foundation. What is law? Rules and regulations. Okay, straightforward questions, people. Yes, imagine a case where what is happening is today is Monday. Yes, now tomorrow imagine you have a party to go or something. You have some event to go in. You have some event to go in. I'm sorry. Yes, now you have an event or something to go tomorrow. Yes, now what is happening is because you have an event, you wanted to get this all hair done, your nails done and everything. Yes, so you're excited. You are in the morning at 9:30. You're telling your mom that, mom, I want to go for a party, and therefore I'm going to the salon. I want to get my hair done, nails done. उनसे बात कर रहा हूँ मैं. Yes, yes. Now your mom comes to tells you, beta, today is Tuesday. We don't cut nails and we don't cut hair today. We don't cut nails and we don't cut hair today. So not allowed today. You go to the party just like that. You go to the party just like that. Yes. Now this is what your mom says. No cutting nails on Tuesdays and no cutting hair on Tuesdays. Question: law, not law? तू नॉट बोल के शेक करा, समझ में नहीं आया. लॉ. वाई? रिलीजन. ओके, रिलीजन में चला गया तुम. नॉट अलाउ. वाई? इट इज नॉट. ओके, just customs. Okay, I am coming and telling if you're going on the road, you should wear a helmet. If you don't wear a helmet, you'll be fined. Law, not a law? तुम्हें पसंद नहीं है तो not law. Bike, I meant. Law. Why? गवर्नमेंट ने बनाया इसलिए लॉ है. So government is telling that's why it's a law. Okay. Hindu family is coming and saying if you are married once, you cannot marry second time. बस बोल. तुम्हें अलग शौक चढ़े. लॉ, नॉट अ लॉ? बाई? तो ये भी तो था, नेल कट करना प्रैक्टिस तो था. You may not be allowed in the house tomorrow. For marriage, they can sue you. Okay. So you are telling me that a law is a law when someone has an implication to it. When it can be enforced, basically. If it cannot be enforced, it's not a law. You get my question? Get my question? You are telling me a law is a law when you can be put in jail. If you cannot be put in jail, it's not a law. People, if I marry second time, you'll put me in jail. Law, not a law? But if I'm a Muslim, it's allowed. दो बहुत है. Law, not a law? In Muslims, you are allowed to marry twice. Law, not a law? माँ तो मैं जेल नहीं जा रहा. So if it is allowed also, it's a law, and if it's not allowed also, it's a law. So Muslim it is allowed and Hindu it is not allowed. So therefore it's law. It's a law. Like in mom telling you not to cut nails is not a law. That's a good agenda. Good agenda. I'm going to repeat my question once again, but I'm just going to give you a hint before this. My question is very simple. I'm asking you whether it's a law or not a law. I am not asking you whether it's a legal law or illegal law. Here's the hint. I'm going to repeat my question once again. Your mom is asking you not to cut your hair and your nails on Tuesdays. Law, not a law? If you are riding a bike, you're supposed to wear a helmet. Is a restriction. Law, not a law? Why is that different? So if there is a logic to it, then it's a law. If there is no logic to it, there's no law. Is that the understanding? Is that the understanding? Is that the understanding? Okay. So if Modi comes and tells bhai or beno, kal se PAN or Aadhaar link karna padega. You have to link your PAN and Aadhaar. Law, not a law? What is the restriction? What is the benefit? बोला है कर रहे हैं, बोलने पे कर रहे हैं, रेस्ट्रिक्शन है, ऑब्लिगेशन है. हाँ, yes or no? Yes or no? Why did that become a law? Why did this not become a law? घर पे. So your line of defense is it is not a law if you don't care. Is that the law? Correct? So if tomorrow the India would have put a law, and if I don't know how many of you have understood this, in Chennai the requirement to wear a helmet was there from long time. It is just that now there is a fine. Back in those times also it said that you have to wear a helmet, but you were like क्या फर्क पड़ता है? At that point of time was it a law, not a law? तुम्हें तो फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा था, तो तुम्हें पैसे से फर्क पड़. So again you're telling me the same thing. You have a problem and you call it a law only when there is an implication to it. If you are not going to pay fine or you're not going to be put in jail for it, you don't think it's a law. So you think it's a law only if you're bothered. That's Marwadi mindset. You get what I'm saying? Yes. My question is very simple. My question is very simple. You did foundation law. You cleared the subject, assuming you know the subject. Assuming you know the subject. And you're not aware of what is law. Usage and what is usage? Generally. Practice basically. So mom asking you to cut nails, not cut nails, is a law. क्या problem है? Define public. Define public. According to you, does public need 2 people, 5 people, 5,000 people, 5 crore people? So if it's just 2 people, is it a law? Or I'm sorry, if it's just 2 people, is it public? No. So if 2 people, Hindu or Musliman, are standing on the road, and एक बोलता है मैं शादी कर सकता हूँ, दूसरा बोलता है मैं नहीं कर सकता, law, not a law? It's law for both. तुम कन्विंस नहीं हो रहे. People, anyone else who thinks it's not a law. Only you. क्या करे? मान के चले. Majority. People, the idea is again the simple thing. Law is not something which is enforceable. Does not have to be. Does not have to be. A simple example, people. Back in old times when kings were there, When kings were there, king could come and say, if you don't walk this road, you'll be killed. Does it make sense? But should it be followed? Was it a law, not a law? It was a law. Yes or no? Yes. Similar terms, people. तुम्हारे घर की होम मिनिस्टर एक ही है. You have one minister at your home. The home minister is the mom only. And the mom is coming and telling, in my house you should not cut nails on Tuesday. That becomes the law of the house. That becomes the law of the house. At no point of time does anyone come and tell you that law means that there should be a jail to it. If you don't do it, you'll get a jail. But that does not mean that just because there is a jail, it's a law. It's because it's a law, there is a jail. I'm very good with word plays. Correct, not correct? Correct, not correct? Yes. People, I'm telling you, law does not have to be legal or illegal. It just has to be a law. It's a different conversation whether it's a legal or illegal law. Yes or no? Yes. Now, we can decide about whether a law is legal or illegal at a different stage. But today it is a law. Yes or no? Yes. It may be a law for the house. And the same logic works. Imagine if you are living in a village. You have the head of the village called as Sarpanch and Panchayat. Yes. Now the Panchayat may come and say, in my village, this is what the rule is. Could be anything. They could come and say, after 6 o'clock, you should not open water. Possible. Yes or no? Now, can you come and say, no, this is applied only to the village and therefore it's not a law? It is still applicable for that village. Yes or no? So, law can be as big as it can apply to the world, or it can apply to the country, or it can apply to a state, or to a village, or even to a house. In fact, it can apply to self also. You have these New Year resolutions. You have these New Year resolutions. आज 1st January से I'll wake up at 6 AM in the morning. जाके जिम जाऊंगा, बॉडी बनाऊंगा, 6 पैक्स लाऊंगा, गाड़ी खरीदूंगा, लड़की आएगी, पता नहीं क्या आएगी. Yes or no? Any restrictions can happen. Now you have created a law for yourself. Whether you follow it or not, it's not the question. Yes or no? Yes. Now you may come and tell Rahul, if I speak a bad word, I will put 100 rupees in the swear box. We call it swear jar. We call it swear jar. Now you have itself created an implication for your own law. Does that mean it's not a law? It is still a. It is a different conversation whether it's legal or. I'm not bothered. I'm asking you, what is a. You get the background. You get the background. Logic is clear. Now you're in inter. What is tax? Simple English, people. Income of government. Okay. Imagine I have railways, which is run by. You pay ticket, fees, income for, therefore tax. You wanted to go from Chennai to Delhi. You got a train ticket. You paid 1,000 rupees to the government, railways, which is basically governments. So which means 1,000 rupees which you paid is tax to government. But that is the income of government, no? Tax you pay regularly. Most of the incomes are exempt, so no. Correct. Okay, you're giving me factors. I want what is tax?
Charging a part of.
Charging a part of something. Okay, that's vague.
Something as economic value.
That's an asset. Something which has an economic value is an asset, last I checked. But
buying something and I'm paying something tax on it, indirect tax, GST. If income are उसमें tax भरना वो income tax.
Examples appreciated. I want definitions. Again, I'm not asking any Shakespeare in English, people. I just want to understand what is tax. Example do. Example, people. You would have seen this movie in Hindi, Rowdy Rathor. Yes, there is this Tamil movie also, Vikram Rathore, and I don't know what kind of movies it is. Yes, the scene happens, people, where basically what happens, the original Akshay Kumar, the police officer, travels from a train, comes down of the station, along with his kid. Yes, there'll be this 4 gundas. Yes, and the 4 gundas will come and say, where are you coming? Where is his mom and everything? Where is her mom and everything? Yes, now all those comedy scenes will happen. But at the end of the day, the guy will come and say, because you entered my village, you have to pay me some money. Akshay Kumar will take out and he will just open this and he'll take the full money. Immediately there'll be one other local guy, stall guy, who will come and bring some juice and everything. Yes, and then he'll come and say, you have bought juice, where is this month's hafta? Hafta basically means protection money. Protection from whom? Himself. So he gave protection money to the gundas. He gave protection money to the gundas. 2 transactions happened, people. Because Akshay Kumar entered the station, he was asked to pay money to the gundas. And because this guy was running a shop, the gundas asked him to pay tax, no tax. What gunda collected is tax, no tax. It's a tax. Someone is not convinced.
From the vendor it is.
Right? Okay. From Akshay Kumar, that is entrance tax. Toll charges. We call it toll tax, right? मैं क्या पूछा? People tax, not tax. He's like, तुम रख लो जो माता नहीं खराब करो. Yes, same logic, people. I am asking whether it is tax or I am not asking whether it is. Tax is nothing but a charge on something. Tax is nothing but a charge on something. The something can be an income, or it can be an expense, or it can be an asset, or it can be an, cannot be a liability. Yes, so it's basically an item or a product or an income, anything which you levy a charge on, anything which you levy a charge on is called as tax. It's called as tax. Correct, not correct? Yes. Now keeping that thought in mind, people, keeping the thought in mind, you are telling me what is a tax. Now I want to come and ask you, what is legal tax? What is legal tax? Simple, straightforward questions. Yes. Imagine you are sitting at home. You are sitting at home. One of the days I come to your house. So kaise? Yes, I come to your house one of the days and I see your dad. I see your dad and I go to your dad and I come and say, dear uncle, I have taught your child taxes. Yes, and I am the expert of tax. I am the expert of tax. I notice that you are earning 2 crore rupees every year. I notice that you are earning 2 crore rupees every year. 30% of it, थोड़ा मेरे को दे दो. 30% of it, give it to me. Yes, because I am the expert of tax. I know tax, so I can collect tax. I can collect tax. Yes, and if you are feeling any shameful, I am wearing this blazer, suit, tie, everything. पक्का एकदम अच्छे से प्रोफेशनल जैसे आ रहा हूँ मैं आपके पास. Yes, legal, not legal. पढ़ा है मैं तुम्हें, इज्जत भी नहीं है. Legal, not legal. Not legal. Sure. 100%. Okay. Second example, people. Yes, you're sitting at home, and then one of the days there is this one guy who comes, and he's wearing this vesti. Yes, he comes like this, and I said, "Do button open." Yes, and he comes in front of your dad, and he comes and says, "Sir, I wanted to speak to you about something. I want to speak to you about something. Here is my card. Card says Income Tax Department. Card says Income Tax Department. Guy comes to the dad and comes and says, "Sir, I notice you earned 2 crore ka income. I want 30% of it. I want 30% of it. Legal, not legal." तुम 2 करोड़ कमाए ना? हाँ. Tax, no tax. Is the vesti important? Tax, no tax. Tax तो है. Legal tax, no legal tax. Legal tax. What is the difference? So because one guy has an income tax department card, whatever he collects is valid. Assuming it's a valid proof. I'm not saying he's forged the document. I'm saying he has a legal ID card of income tax department. He has a legal ID card of income tax department and he comes and asks you for tax. Legal, not legal. Raid हुआ तो तुम हर चीज पे थोड़ी ना भर रहे हो. तुम हर चीज में थोड़ी ना भर रहे हो. तुम्हें भी पता है. फिर भी मांग सकते. कैसे? People legal, not legal. Legal because he has a. So who decided that because if I have an income tax department card, I can collect legal taxes? Government. Okay, government is defined in civics as of the people, for the people. So he came to me and told me, sir, I am from income tax department. I want to collect taxes. I asked him, who are you? He said, income tax department. I said, who gave you the power to collect? He said, government. I said, I am government. मैं भी तो गवर्नमेंट. Am I the government? For the people. I am the government. So I went to him and came and said, मैं ही government हूँ. बाप से बात कर रहा है तू. You're talking to your dad only. I'm saying, I'm not paying. बाद में जाओ. Correct, not correct? So you only told government, no? नहीं डाल सकता. Question is very simple. How did you decide he is legal? Because you're telling government. I'm saying I'm the government. I don't want him to be legal. Who gave him the power? He is from income tax department. Who gave the power to income tax department? People. Yes. Imagine if I'm taking you 500 years earlier. Imagine if I'm taking you 500 years earlier and there is this Amir Khan movie coming up. Yes. The movie में the English guys will come and say, आज इस साल तुम्हें 3 गुना लगान. मांगता मतलब देना. Correct? Yes. Englishmen coming to you and asking you to give the tax on your land. 3x tax on your land if you don't win the cricket match. Question, legal, illegal? Legal. गोरे ने मांग लिया मतलब देना. You build a contract. Legal, not legal? क्यों? उसको ही पूछ रहा हूं मैं. देसी मांगेगा तो दूंगा. विदेशी का औकात. ओ, अनरीजनेबिलिटी इज अ क्वेश्चन. एक बार मांगता तो मतलब एक बार मांगा तो चलेगा, 3 बार मांगा तो नहीं चलेगा. तो मतलब अनरीजनेबिलिटी इज अ क्वेश्चन. तो अगर अनरीजनेबली मांगा तो इलीगल, रीजनेबली मांगा तो लीगल. व्हाट इज रीजनेबल अकॉर्डिंग टू यू? तुम्हारी सैलरी 10 लाख, कितना देने को तैयार हो? What is reasonable according to you? उस समय वही तो गवर्नमेंट था, तो वो कैसे रीजनेबल नहीं हुआ फिर? ये तो रेसिज्म में चला गया. बेटा मैं टैक्स में हूं. आई एम अंडर टैक्स. आई डोंट वांट टू डिस्कस अबाउट रेसिज्म. यस, होंगे थोड़े काले लोग, चलेगा. What is reasonable according to you? तो पूरी लैंड उन लोग ने तो वही बोला ना, उस शहर में जितने लोग हैं सब लोग 3 गुना देंगे. टैक्स में क्या रिटर्न में मिलता है तुम्हें? वो तो हारने के बाद दिया.
बट वो हम हमारे लिए टैक्स है तो
तो so you think Englishman is going to collect 3x and not use it for benefit of the country? They are also going to use it for the benefit of the country only. Ma, at the end of the day 3x is what you're paying. That is also going to government fund only. That government fund is only going to use it. Maybe वो लोग एक हाईवे की जगह 4 हाईवे बनाएंगे. कोर्ट कौन था उस समय? आदमी तो कोर्ट था. Yes, yes, yes. Same question, people. About another 5,000 years ago. Yes, where you're talking about king's times. Yes, Akbar, Alexander, and all coming and sending his वो सेनापति, क्या बोलते हैं उसको? Warriors, नहीं, soldiers. हाँ. So he sent his soldiers to your house, and he came and said, "This month's tax has not been paid. This month's tax has not been paid. You have not paid your property taxes." You go and say, "No, no, sir, is saal we don't have much crops and all those things." You would have seen that Ma Bimar and all those story, right? So all those things happened, and he came to your house. He forcefully collected your money and took away. Forcefully collected your money and took away, saying Akbar has asked for it. Akbar has asked for it. People, valid, illegal, law, legal. Legal, 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 legal. So you are coming and telling me, Rahul, some things are legal, some things are illegal. What is the basis? क्या बेसिस पे डिसाइड किया कि तुम लोग लीगल है नहीं है? आदमी के पास गट्स है तो मतलब लीगल. पावर कौन दे रहा है? If he is the king, the destiny of the bloodline of the king is giving him the powers. Democracy. No public ever signed the document and said Modi ko I am selecting because he's going to collect taxes. People, in a democracy, how do you decide that the person has the power or not power? If you come and ask the gunda will come and say, "Hamara dabdaba hai yahan pe. Yes, I have the power of this village, therefore I am having the power to collect money." फिर भी तुमने illegally बोला, which means someone is deciding it is legal or government नहीं. Who's deciding whether it's legal or illegal? What is constitution? Set of do's. People, if I'm coming and telling you that someone has to be termed legal or illegal, if you think about it, that is also a law. To decide whether someone can collect taxes or not collect taxes is also a law, if you think about it. Yes or no? Yes. So which means to make a law also you need a law. To make a law also you need a law, which means there should be a mother law. Not mother ki law, mother law. India ki mother law is, सुनने में गला लग रहा है. India's mother law is the Constitution of India. India's mother law is the Constitution of India. Yes or no? Yes. Which means technically, who's deciding whether who can collect taxes? That is your Constitution of India. That is your Constitution of India. The signed document which we created when we got independence, which came and clarified how will India laws be created. How will India laws be created? That is what decides whether something is clear. Yes. Understand this very simply, people. There is this very big myth in the market where they come and say, if Modi stands on the stage and comes and says, do it, you assume it has to be done. Modi does not decide laws. It is the Constitution which decides the laws. Yes. You have the authority to stand before Modi and come and say, dear Modi, while you may be my ruler, but you can't rule me. He has. Did he? Is the question. He can. Until he does it, does he have the power? Point is, people, when it comes to constitution, it is very clear that constitution comes and tells you what can be done and what cannot be done. And every country has their own constitutions. Yes or no? Like in India, we call it Constitution of India. In US, we call it Declaration of Independence. We call it Declaration of Independence. Those are the kind of documents which come and tell you what can be done and what cannot be done. What cannot be done. Yes or no? So everything which you follow right now in India is done because of the fact that Constitution has it. It's because of the fact that Constitution has it. You in fact have the powers to go and object, saying, sir, why am I doing this? This may not be part of the Constitution. Maybe it's wrong. Maybe it is wrong. Yes or no? A simple example I give you. Imagine tomorrow Modi Sarkar comes on the stage and comes and says, bhai aur behno, kal se, if you breathe, you will have to pay breathing tax. Kal se, if you breathe, you have to pay breathing tax. Question, Modi ne bol diya, matlab karna. Why? 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 People, you would have learned it in civics. There are something called constitutional rights. And we have a constitutional right called right to live. Breathing ka speak se kya? We have a constitutional right called right to live. Yes. So you can go and object to Modi coming and saying, sir, I will not pay this tax to you because you are putting a stop on my living. You are putting a stop on my living. You don't have rights to do that. You don't have rights to do that. Which means if Modi wants to levy breathing tax, he will have to change the constitution and make that change in the law. Yes or no? Yes. Similar terms, people, in taxes, there is an article called as article number 265 of the Constitution of India. There is an article called as 265 of the Constitution of India, which comes and says no tax can be levied or collected in India except by an authority of law. No tax can be levied or collected in India except by an authority of law. मतलब Constitution ने बोल दिया tax collect करने का power is only with law authorities. Is only with law authorities. So which means if the gunda goes and collects, he may collect it, but it is not legally valid. It's not legally valid. You can report it. But if the income tax department comes with a card and comes and says, I'm collecting it because I have the powers to do it, will you have to pay it? Yes, you have to pay it. Yes, you have to pay it. Does this make sense? Yes or no? Yes. Two words for you people. First is law. Second is tax. Laws are basically laws and rules and regulations which are given. Does not have to be enforceable. Does not have to be written. Can be vocal also. Can be customs also. Legal or illegal is a different conversation. That is decided based on Constitution of India. Yes. Then you have taxes. Taxes are basically charge on something. Again, legal or illegal is decided by the Constitution of India. Make sense? Make sense? Yes. Now, if you come and understand this carefully, I am coming and telling Rahul, you are learning laws and tax. You're learning laws and tax. A straightforward, simple question to you. You are coming and telling you are a CA, and therefore you're learning income tax laws. You're learning income tax laws, which means tax is only paid by CAs. No. Even engineers pay tax. Why is engineer not learning the law? People, a simple question. Tomorrow, imagine if the engineer comes and engineer was supposed to pay 30 lakh ka tax, but he paid only 5 lakhs. Income tax issues a notice to him and comes and says, you should have paid 30, you have paid only 5. Therefore, balance 25. You have not paid, I am putting you in jail. Can engineer come and say, sir, I did not read it as a part of my syllabus, therefore, which means he also needs to know the, why is so special about you then? Correct. So why are you learning it? Why is engineer not learning it? Why is it not part of their curriculum? Oh, the business thing. वो पढ़ लिया तो हम लोग क्या करेंगे फिर? Correct. Question to you is very simple, people. What is the role of a CA in taxes? What do you think is the role of a CA in tax? Sorry?
Whose point? Payers or Samar?
What do you think is your role in taxes? Right? आपने पढ़ी रहे मतलब इसलिए कि टैक्स चुरा ले बस, क्या बचा ले, जो भी समझ लो, बाकी कोई इंटेंशन ही नहीं है. Helping the saint of my family, helping people to people. I'll tell you very simple. Yes, there are 4 things you can do in life. There are 4 things you can do in life. You can do the right thing. बहुत कम हो गया ये. You can do the right thing in the right way. Yes, there are 4 things you can do. You can do either the right thing in the right way. You can do the, everyone knows this, see? You can do the right thing in the wrong way. Then you can do rule of elimination, MCQ question. What is the role of a CA? This is not for a syllabus, people. It is okay. Let's reverse the question. What is the things you should not do? You should not do D, because people, very simple. If you're doing the wrong thing in the wrong way, you're technically doing illegal. Technically doing illegal things. Yes, you're doing the wrong thing also, wrong way also, which means you're doing illegal things. You're doing illegal things. If it is an illegal thing, do you think we are liable for it? No. It's risky because we may be put in jail. That is not what we are doing. Yes, we want to do things but not put in jail. Which means definitely point number D is not us. Point number D is not us. Yes or no? We are not the people who are doing the wrong thing in the wrong way. We want to be clean. You want to be clean. कुछ भी हो जाए जेल नहीं जाना है. Yes or no? बाकी चले जाए, हम नहीं जाना. Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Rule of elimination. What you can't do. I'm going to repeat my question. What you can't do. I'm not asking what you shouldn't do. You should not do. People, doing the right thing in the wrong way is basically you becoming a freedom fighter. Imagine you calling yourself Subhash Chandra Bose, killing someone for the freedom of India. You're doing the right thing, but methods are wrong. Hey, are you freedom fighters? Want to become freedom fighters? We're definitely not doing that. Yes or no? Yes, we want to be safe. Yes, दुनिया के लिए नहीं लड़ना. Yes, अपने अपने बहुत है. Yes, so we're not doing point B. Now you have options of point A and point C. You have options of point A and point C. Yes or no? Yes, which means technically if you notice, right way is the criteria. Yes, which means we need to do something properly. Now here is where the dilemma is. Rahul, should I do A or should I do C? Ideally, your audit chapter will come and tell you should do A. You have professional skepticism, you have integrity, you should be socially responsible, you should have all the world on your shoulders. People doing the right thing in the right way is basically me coming and telling you that government wants you to do this and therefore you're doing it. Question to you is very simple. If government is telling you what to do and you're doing the same thing, do you need CS for it? Anyone can do it from Google itself. Even BCom guy knows what is there in the book. BCom guy can also tell you this is to be paid. If you do that only, then what is the point? Yes or no? Now you should do it, but it's not what you are representing, because anyone can do it. Hey, even an engineer guy, even if he does not know tax, can take a second, go to Google and type it and come and say, Rahul, this is what the tax payable is coming. Are you getting paid for it? Obviously not. Yes or no? Yes. So are you supposed to do the right thing in the right way? You are supposed to, but you shouldn't. Which means technically you're doing the... What does this mean? What exactly does this mean? We call it illegal. We call it illegal. Yes, what is illegal, people? It means it is not legal, but it is not illegal. It is not legal, but it is not illegal. I have a problem with illegal only, because that is going to put me in jail. Now, if it is not illegal, I'm not going to jail. But that does not mean government wants you to do it. Do we care? That is what we do. Yes or no? Yes. Now, how does this work, people? It's very simple. It's very simple. I'll give you a simple example. Take an example, people, where what happened is, I'm talking about when laws were created. When laws were created. Talking about times of UK. Yes. The first law which was created in the world was a UK law, which was basically a law when who created bulb? Electricity. Edison. I'm very bad in science, right? So Edison had created electricity, right? And the problem what happened is UK they came and said, boss, electricity is now implemented. So I want everyone to have electricity with them when they're riding on the road to avoid accidents. So what happened is the first law which got created in UK was a law called as motor vehicles law, something like that, right? Now the law basically came and said that any person who's traveling on a road should have a bulb. Any person who's traveling on the road should have a bulb. Question: does the law make sense? Does the law make sense? What is the problem? क्या क्लियर नहीं है? तुम चल रहे हो तो बल्ब होना चाहिए. Very good. Now, simple law, people. The law came and said, if you are traveling on the road, you should have bulb. Should have a bulb. Yes. Now here is where the problem starts. A normal guy would come and say, हाँ राहुल, समझ में आ गया, travel कर रहे हो तो bulb होना. Now we are CS. We know there is an issue. The issue came up very simple. People. You and I both understand that time only electricity was introduced, meaning the cost of electricity was huge or less? Huge. So not everyone could afford, but they cannot avoid the law, because then they'll have penalties. What people did is they took a cycle. They had a box. They took the box, they kept it on the back. The box has a bulb, and they're riding. Police officer caught them, and he said, you have violated the conditions. I said, sir, I have not violated any conditions. You said what? Any person riding on the road should have a... Hey? Law satisfied? What is the problem? Correct, no? Yes or no? Yes. They realized the mistake, and then they said, no. A person who has a bike should have a glowing bulb. A person should have a glowing bulb. So, ठीक है. Now I also want to play. मैंने क्या किया? I got a bike. I put the bulb here. It is glowing on the back side. वो पीछे चल रहा है. मैं आगे चल रहा हूँ. He caught me now, and he's like, Rahul, where is the light? I'm like, दिख तो रहा है. पीछे वाले को दिख रहा है. I want to play the line. I want to live the life in fear. Yes or no? मैं खतरों की खिलाड़ी चला रहा हूँ. Yes. So he came and said, no, Rahul, what did I ask? There should be a glowing bulb. है नहीं है. तो क्या problem है? Correct, no? Yes or no? Yes. Next. He said, no, Rahul, there should be a glowing bulb in the front. I was like, ठीक है. What I did, I bought a bike. I put a bulb here. Bulb में मैंने candle डाल दिया. Candle में से light आ रही है. Did you say use electricity? तुमने क्या बोला? बल्ब ग्लो हो रहा है ना, क्या प्रॉब्लम है? Correct, not correct? Yes. See, this is not illegal because you're doing the right thing, but it is not fulfilling what government wants. It is not fulfilling what government wants. Now, at this point of time, does the police officer have the authority to put you in jail? But you also saved money. You also saved money. This is what you and I are doing. This is what you and I are doing. People are not coming forward to, and I'm being very honest about it. I'm telling it on open camera also. People are not coming forward to you to come and tell you what to pay, because that even a software can do. People are coming to you to understand what not to pay, because that is not what ChatGPT can also do. Yes. Now you may come and say, Rahul, ChatGPT has come and AI has come, and so therefore CA's work is gone and everything. Kuch nahi hoga. Yes. No computer can come and use your head and my head. Yes or no? Yes. जितना हरामी बुद्धि हमारे पास है, किसी के पास नहीं है. Right or not? Yes. The kind of cunningness we have is what we are praised for. Right? And so no one is going to come and ever come and tell you that no, Rahul, your job is going to get into existence. It is never going to happen. Maybe audit will, I don't know. Mera nahi hoga. Right? Because any person will always come to you to find that one other reason why it should not be done. Right? And that is what is the first question as a CA you should ask yourself. You should ask yourself. The first question I always start in the class and I tell you, when I tell you a law, you should not be worried about what is the law. You should be worried about what happens if I don't follow the law. And that's where the mindset changes. Yes or no? Yes. If you're more interested about what happens in the law, you're going to be boring, because you're reading what they want you to read. No one is worried about it. Yes. Every time you read a law, you should ask yourself, Rahul, what if I don't do this? Then what happens? If you find an answer which says they'll put you in jail, then don't do it. If they say nothing is going to happen, then go do. क्या होने वाला है? Correct, not correct? Yes or no? Yes. By the time department realizes and changes the law, you would have already done it. अगले का अगले साल देख लेंगे. Correct, not correct? Do you think there is only one issue to find? There are 5,000 issues to find. By the time they find 2 issues, you will have 5 more issues to go. That is what you want people of. Yes or no? Every person who comes to you knows that every time they talk to you, they're going to have a change. They're going to have a change. Which is why every time you pay, every time you collect money from them, you don't collect money for doing recurring work. You collect money saying, आज मैं करके दे रहा हूं, कल कुछ हो गया तो तुम देख लेना. Correct, not correct? Yes. So you are protecting them on short-term basis, and that's where your money is coming from. You are never giving long-term advices, because you and I both know the more you give long-term advices, the more government also gets to know. And the day government gets to know, everything has changed. That is the beauty about my subject. Yes. Unlike every other subject which you have in the syllabus, my subject changes every year. Yes, because every year you will find 2 things to do. Government will find 1 thing to reduce. You will find 2 more things to do. Government will find 1 more thing to reduce. Government is always running late people. So you find 2, they will find, they reduce only 1. Yes, वो always gap रहेगा. Because by the time it reaches the government years, you would have already done the story. वो कोर्ट तक चला गया होगा. जब वो कोर्ट में आएगा तब गवर्नमेंट विल रियलाइज वो कोर्ट तक चला गया, अब तो चेंज करना पड़ेगा. Correct, not correct? Yes. What you're learning with me, people, is a subject which has evolved over time. You're talking from 1961 till date. And before 1961, it was 1922. Before 1922 was 1856. Income tax has evolved over the years. And over the years, only one thing has been constant: change. That is the only thing which has been constant. The beautiful part about my subject is that this subject only applies for your 2 attempts. Meaning, September you write, you pass, wonderful. Jan, suppose September you don't pass, Jan you write, you pass, wonderful. You don't pass in January, you will have to come back, because the subject would have changed. Yes, the whole subject would have changed. The subject goes through something called as amendments. Goes through something called as amendments, and that is the beauty part about the subject. This subject is never constant. Yes, and therefore I always have this luxury to come and say I don't worry about my batch size, because by the time if I see a recession, it will only happen in other subjects, because if you have learned the subject once there, you will continue it until you clear. But if you learn a subject with me here and if you don't clear, you have to come back only, no doubts about it, right? Because subject, by the time you realize, everything would have changed. And this is even true for finals. You will learn right now in inter, you write finals 2 years later. By the time you write finals, subject would have changed. पता ही नहीं होगा क्या subject में. Yes, so you'll have to anyway come back in finals to learn what exactly has changed. Correct? Correct. yes or no? Yes, and that is why I don't have a risk on the subject itself. मेरे को टेंशन ही नहीं है क्योंकि मेरे को पता है मेरी बिक्री होगी. Correct, not correct? Yes. So therefore it's a small request to you, आज ही क्लियर कर लो. Yes, फाइनल्स में आके मिलना अच्छा रहेगा. इंटर में वापस आपको भी अच्छा नहीं लगेगा, मेरे को भी अच्छा नहीं लगेगा. Correct, not correct? Yes or no? Yes. Unfortunately, since you're not writing May, you lost one attempt already. So my subject changes every 3 attempts. May, September, January. Because May is gone for you, September, January. If you're writing January, then it is only January. Risk देख रहे हो? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. Let's start from day one itself, people. Let's start from day one to the sense that you have the fear in the subject कि राहुल पढ़ा नहीं तो चेंज हो जाएगा, वापस पढ़ने का नहीं होगा. आज ही करो, आज ही खत्म करो. Yes or no? Yes or no? Let's go with that mindset, people. Yes, I don't want people seeing their faces again and again. तुम्हें भी अच्छा नहीं लगेगा, मेरे को भी अच्छा नहीं लगेगा. Yes, I'm not very fond of seeing faces. I'll be very honest. I only like seeing smarter faces. Right? So smarter faces only happen when you go from inter to final. Inter to enter is not smart. Correct, not correct? Yes. So come with a smarter face, that is easier for me. Yes. Come with the same Rotulu face, I don't like it. मेरे को नहीं चाहिए. Right? So don't come with that. Hey, at the same time, don't come with that. Rahul, I'm very studious. 18 hours I'll study. 20 hours I'll study. Don't come to me. तुम 20 घंटे पढ़ रहे हो तो खुद ही पढ़ लो. मेरे को नहीं पढ़ना. Yes, I hate notes. I literally hate notes. I'm telling you. I do not like any notes. Right? So if you are studying 20 hours, you study 20 hours. You don't tell me that you're studying 20 hours. Right? Because then you're giving me a challenge. If I find out that there's one person who studies for 20 hours and is getting good marks, your paper is going to get worst. मैं फिर वो पेपर लेके रखूंगा. Yes, मेरे को अच्छा नहीं लगता. मेरे को बिल्कुल अच्छा नहीं लगता. I told you, no, I don't like rank holders. If I get a rank holder, you're getting 5 marks in my paper. Right? Because I'll ensure कि तुम सारे tough questions का answer करो. So that by the time you go for your exams, you're anyway rank. Right? At that point in time, at least I can convince myself कि I did not become the reason for your rank. Because मेरे पेपर में तुम पास नहीं हुए. Right? So then when you clear and you get a rank, you will come back to me and say, beta, I got a rank. I'll be like, हाँ, ICI में हुए. Right? So you are still not worthy the CA because you did not clear my paper. Clear? Yes, yes. That is the kind of saddest people. Yeah. So clear? Yes. All lighter jokes people. I'm not the kind of very rude faculty. कहीं को जाके बोल दो राहुल ऐसे गंदा पढ़ा रहा है. This is my mindset. Yes, nothing else. Yes, let's work with this mindset, people. It's all easier that way. Clear enough? Yes. 2 topics we learned. Super. Revenue. Less expense. Okay. People, I was sitting at home, yes, and police officer came to my house. Police officer came to my house just for a simple inspection. ऐसे time pass के लिए, दिवाली का gift maybe. Yes, so he came to my house for a simple inspection. Now, unfortunately, when he came for the inspection, I was sitting near the table, yes, and there was some powder. I was having a credit card in my hand. Yes, now police officer saw this and he was like, Rahul, everything good? I'm like, sir, majhe sir, ekdam. Ekdam high class, everything is going perfect well. Yes, now he found this and he saw it and he came and said, Rahul, this, how much did you buy for? How much did you buy for? मेरे को भी चाहिए. Right? And I was like, कुछ नहीं sir, बस वो, it costed me 4 crores. Costed me 4 crores. He said, Rahul, I was looking at your salary statement today. Looks like you're only earning 10 lakhs per year. You're only earning 10 lakhs per year. 4 crore का गांजा कहाँ से आ गया? Yes. I was like, हाँ. I was also high. So I was like, नहीं sir, वो actually I murdered a person yesterday. So I got some ransom, some 3.5, some 6.5 crores. So 4 crore का, yeah. So he's like, ooh, let me call my friend. Income tax department. He comes and he says, Rahul, 4 crore. Wow. 6.5 crores you made money from killing someone. 6.5 crores you made money from killing someone. This is an income on which I want. Question. income. Sorry? So illegal income में टैक्स नहीं लगता है. Illegal income नहीं होना चाहिए. Oh, you are that Mother Teresa kind. नहीं होना चाहिए मतलब आदमी करना ही नहीं चाहिए या फिर होना ही नहीं चाहिए. दिख गया ना, दिख गया तो क्या करें, दिख गया तो कटेगा टैक्स. गंदी माइंडसेट आई टेल यू, एकदम गंदे लोग. नहीं होता ये तो गुड नो. लीगल पे टैक्स लग रहा है, इलीगल पे नहीं लग रहा, तो आज से लीगल क्यों करे फिर. People, what is the point of doing legal money when you are going to pay tax? Illegal करता हूँ 100% profits. People, income tax होगा नहीं होगा, होगा, sure, sure. Okay, I have this वो मेरे पास एक फोन है, yes, and the phone has this thing called GPay, Google Pay. Yes, now there is this thing that if you pay money to someone, you will get a scratch card. You will get a scratch card. Yes, my luck is always better luck next time. Yes, but one of the days randomly, my dad was doing a scratch transfer money. He paid some 200 rupees something, and on his birthday he got a scratch card. It gave him back 700 rupees cash back. It's like 200 रुपए देके 700 वापस आ गए. Dad got 700 rupees GPay cash back. GPay cash back. Income tax. हाँ ठीक है. Yes. Tax no tax. Income no income. छोड़ो tax तो छोड़ो. Income. Yes. घर का fridge. I have a fridge at home. Yes. I thought I want to upgrade my fridge and therefore I went to OLX and I put the ad in OLX saying I want to sell my fridge. The OLX guy came, he gave me some 30,000 rupees, got my fridge and went. Income, not income. Income. Sure. Fridge है, एक बार ही बेचा. घर का फ्रिज है. One time revenue people. इसके बाद नहीं आएगा. This is a capital revenue. Income, not income. Income, sure. Okay, I am going to this क्या बोलते हैं उसको, temple. Yes, now I am not atheist, I am very atheist. I don't like temples and all, so I don't like the rocks and all. Yes, but I am going outside the temple. I'm seeing that road पे वो line से बैठे हुए हैं, the beggars. Yes. Now I needed some money for me to buy food today. मैं भी बगल में जाके बैठ गया, कपड़े वैसे ही हैं. Yes, so I went and I sat next to him and I said, भगवान के नाम पे दे दो बाबा. Yes, 2-3 people came and they gave me some 4 पूरी, उस पे सब्जी और वो हलवा. Income, not income. पैसा देता तो पैसा दिया तो इनकम. मैं क्या पूछ रहा हूं, इनकम नॉट इनकम. ओ रोकड़ा दिया तो इनकम. ओ सॉरी, ओके. कासु कुड़ता, अच्छा तेलुगु तो what do you call money in Telugu? If I give you money, it is income. If I don't give you money, no income. according to you. Okay. So if I'm coming and telling that I have a business, okay, I sell you my business for you to give me your business. This is an exchange. You give me your business, I'll give you your business. Income, not income. Not income. I have a land in which I grow apples. I give you my apples, you give me your cotton. The old system called barter. What benefit are you receiving? Here you're receiving food. So one way item is not an income. Okay. Valentine's Day. You know where I'm going? Okay. Valentine's Day. Yes. I don't know which side. Some side is coming and saying I want iPhone 15 Pro Max. 16 aa gaya? iPhone 16 Pro Max. I want iPhone 16 Pro Max. Go sell your kidney, get me an iPhone. Get me an iPhone. Guy goes, person goes, takes open kidney, sells it off in the market, gets 1,60,000 rupees and buys an iPhone. Two transactions are happening. Guy is selling kidney, getting 1,60,000. Income. Guy has iPhone, gives it to the person has income, gives it to someone. I'm actually worried nowadays to call guy and girls and all because it's very complicated nowadays. Yes, it's very difficult to identify people nowadays. I don't want to harm anyone. Suddenly someone will start jumping on something. So yeah, right. So person gives iPhone to the other person. For the other person, iPhone received. It's a gift. Income, not income. Is gift an income, not an income? Not an income. So gift पे tax नहीं होता. नहीं है. Gift tax सब बंद हो गया बहुत पहले. So if you tell me that if I give a gift it is not taxable, imagine going forward I'll do the same thing. What will I do? Going forward, every time I have to do a transaction with you, I'll go and inform government, sir, it was not money, it was tax. होगा नहीं होगा? वो क्यों भरेगा? तो फोन भी तू टैक्स भी मैं भरूं? वो इनडायरेक्ट टैक्स है. ये सोच, पहले ही किडनी चली गई, हाथ भी काटना पड़ जाएगा. People, obviously the person receiving it is having a gift. I can't expect the payer to pay gift, which means the receiver has to, if at all. I'm not saying it is true. I'm asking. Gift pay tax. Gift is an income, not an income. No idea. I'm coming to everything. एक एक करके आएगा सब. Income, not an income. Not an income. Not an income. Okay. I am going to a temple. I on the Govinda Tirupati. Something pata nahi kya. Yes, the big scam and all happened recently. So I'm going to Tirupati. And my dad is very big of I don't know, crazy, I tell him. Yes. So he has this big bunch of cash he had in his hand. Yes. So he went into that on the VIP line he went, and then there was this white color the hundi thing. Yes, so he went into that hundi and he put that money inside. I'm not counting the numbers. Don't ask me that. Yes, maybe 10 rupees ke note the. Yes, so he put the money inside the hundi. And said, "This is my offering to God, Govinda." Yes, question. Income for temple God. They're basically agents only. So income for the God or income for the temple, jo bhi rakh lo. Some agency model. Income, not income. The God will pay tax. Temple will pay tax. Okay. Correct. People, you are Diwali ka function is going on at home. Your uncle, auntie, chacha, chachi, someone comes and they are having all these get together and everything. Yes, now you are not interested about the get together, you are interested for them to leave because you want the moi, you want the moi தான் சொல்லுவாங்களா moi, some Telugu I know. Yes, you want the moi. Moi is basically the lifafa with the cash. Yes, so the person comes and you're sharing like this because you want cash. The person understood. So he did not have a this thing the cover. Did not have this cover. So he takes his money like this and he folds it because he knows he's only giving 100 rupees. So he takes like this and he puts it like this in your hand and comes and says, "Beta, have chocolates. Have chocolate. Don't give it back to me. Like, ज़्यादा देते ना." Yes, so 100 rupees on your hand for eating chocolates. Income, not income. When have you paid tax? Taxable, not taxable. Okay, income, not income. Okay, great. You are going to KBC, the Kaun Banega Crorepati. Yes, the Who Wants to Become a Millionaire show. Yes, and then you go and you play some games, some 4 or 5 quizzes you answer, and then you get some 20,000 rupees. Income, not income. Income. Okay. You go to this Dance India Dance, Big Boss, and Who Wants to Be a Superstar Singer and all those things. Yes, you go and you just move your legs twice or thrice. They'll give you one Patanjali ka the hamper. The Patanjali ka hamper you got because you shaked your legs. तुम सुनते नहीं हो, तुम सुनने से पहले इमेजिन करते हो. Because you shaked your legs, you got some Patanjali ka hamper. Income, not income. Income, not income. Income. Okay. You have a new startup. You go to the Shark Tank India and you go and pitch your case where you come and say, I am planning to become bigger than Apple also. Yes, and therefore I want some investment from you and 2% of advice. So I'll some 1 lakh rupees you give me plus 2% share I'll give you back. Yes. So Shark Tank Anupam Mittal takes the case and gives you 1 lakh rupees ka check. 1 lakh rupees ka check. Income, not income. Isn't that share capital? Income, not income. Why? Okay. So if it's a capital receipt, it's not an income. So if it's used for business purpose, it's exempt. मैं क्या पूछा? मैं इनकम ही तो पूछा. Income, not income. Income, giving money for buying shares of your company. Share capital क्या बोलते हैं फिर उसको? तो तुम शेयर कैपिटल में डाल रहे हो ना, तो तुम टैक्स थोड़ी ना कर रहे हो. P&L में डालोगे तो ही टैक्स होगा ना. Not an income. So this is the first example which is not an income. You are confident about everything else. All this while you have been hearing this word 10th, 11th, 12th accounts and then BSc पता नहीं क्या क्या. You've learned the word income. Income ही नहीं पता क्या है. खाली income डाले जा रहे हो सब जगह. People 11th standard, 10th standard you learned what is income in accounts. Maths में था ना. You have time value of money in all maths. Even worse. So you're not confident what is income. You're just assuming. When did you become Nirmala Tai? Do you have the power to assume? Oh, you're giving your thoughts. That's not legal law, no? I told you day one of the class. You will start asking yourself, why did I do foundation? Yes. Yes. I'm not going to give you the answer. I'm not giving you the answer. Yes. I'll give you one simple hint. The problem with you people is you are assuming what is income when there is already a law which comes and tells you, which means the answer to what is income is what is given in the, that's all the answer is. The answer to every question was simple. Is it given in the, if you would have asked me the question, I would have told you yes or no. You did not ask me the question. I did not give you the answer. Correct. Correct. Yes. People, very simple. You and I can always come and discuss about what is an income. But it doesn't matter because what you may think is an income may not be an income for income tax. And what you may not think as an income may be an income for, which means they are the ones who are going to decide what they want tax on. So they will decide what is. Let them take the head off it. No. Why do you break your head into it? Samjha. Told you. Don't act like BComs to me. Ask the right questions, you'll get the right answer. You did not ask the question, you did not get the answers. Correct, not correct? Yes, yes. Which means I'm not telling you what the income is because it is a longer definition. Yes, we have a big definition of income, and that definition will come and tell you what items does income tax think is. That is what your answer is. That is what your answer is, which means if it is falling in that list, it is an income. If it is not falling in the list, it is. Aha. Yes or no? Yes. A simple example for you people. When I told you that you have share capital, Shark Tank, you're receiving money. Somewhere, sometime you learn income tax also tells it's an income. Although it is in share capital. Although it is in share capital. It may also become income, subject to some conditions. Subject to some conditions. On the other hand, selling your home fridge is not an income. Because income tax does not want tax on it. Income tax does not want tax on it. Which means income tax has not defined what is income. Income tax has told what items do they want tax on. And if they want a tax on that item, it is in. That's all is the answer. Correct. 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 Makes sense. Makes sense. Any doubts? 5 minutes ka break. Yes. Yes. All right. So I think if I have to summarize everything we discussed till now, people, we have spoken about what do you mean by loss. We've spoken about what do you mean by tax. Kind of given you a hint of what means incomes. I'm not told you the answer, but I've told you. Yes. Now the fact is very simple, people. If you have understood the 3 words, you kind of know how to approach the subject. Yes. And if you kind of understood this, you kind of know how to approach any subject. Right. So it means if you don't know what is the subject heading itself, then there's no point of going forward. Right. So you have now understood what do you mean by law. And when a law means, it means any law. It means any rules and regulations, whether you talk income tax, you talk Companies Act, you talk indirect taxes, you talk any law for that matter. When you talk about taxes, you're looking at a charge on the income, you're talking of charge on expenses, you're talking charge on objects, any charge of that matter. And that would be in 2 categories. One is called direct tax, one is called. Very good. Yes, direct tax is what I'm teaching. Indirect tax is what Vivek will be teaching you. That is what the topic will look like. Yes or no? Yes. This is what 2 topics you have as a discussion forward. Yes. And then we have incomes, which is more specific to my subject, which is what we're going to discuss subsequently later on. Yes or no? Yes. Yes. Now, as I started the subject, I also came and clarified to you when it comes to income tax can only be collected by a authority of law because Constitution of India requires you to do so. Constitution of India requires you to do so. Yes or no? Yes. Article number, if I remember. Very good. You have article number 265, which talks about those things. Yes. So if I show you the book quickly, people, I think this is where it is. I'm going to page number 3. You have your article number 265, which talks about your Constitution of India, which comes and says that Article 265 of the Constitution of India provides that no tax shall be levied or collected except by an authority of law. No tax shall be levied or collected except by an authority of law. Simple English? Any challenges on the English? Sure about it? Okay, great. Question. Why do you have two words? Why do you have levied and collected both? Does one of the word not solve the purpose? If I come and say no tax shall be levied except by an authority of law, does the answer not be solvable? Does it still make sense? Makes sense. If I say no tax shall be collected except by an authority of law, does the answer still get solved? Why did you want two words? Meaning? My question is, if you remove one of the words, will the answer still be the same? Or will you see a change in the answer? What is the change you'll see?
You will also apply it.
Nope. Not really. Why do you see something should be applied and something should be collected? Why can't it be one of the two? Why should both be there?
Exceptions given.
Simple question, people. Simple question. Imagine if I change the law. Yes, you would have learned, no, prove that root 2 is irrational. So we'll prove root 2 is rational first. Yes. Let's take an example where I come and say no taxes shall be levied except by an authority of law. What does the line say? No tax shall be levied except by an authority of law. Yes. So what has happened? Modi has come today on the stage and come and said, going forward, if anyone earns 10 lakh rupees, 30% tax to be paid. 30% tax to be paid. Yes. So what I did is I went and I filed a return. I showed my income as 10 lakhs. I showed my income as 10 lakhs. Tax I showed 0. Tax I showed. Modi sent me a notice. And I say Modi, obviously, Department of Modi sent me a notice, came and said, we asked you to pay 30%, which means you have to pay. You have paid. Therefore, I want to put you in jail. I want to put you in jail. I'm like, sir, no jail for you. No jail for you. Why? Because I told sir, I've paid the 3 lakhs, but I've paid to this gunda. I've paid to this gunda. He came to my home and came and said, Modi said 30% tax to be paid. So he asked me to pay 3 lakhs. I paid it to him. I have paid it to him. Modi said, no, you should have paid it too. I said, where is that given? You asked me to do what? Levy the tax. Did you levy the tax? Yes, he collected the tax. Modi had the power to levy, did not have the power to. He had the power, he collected. Because he was about to kill me, so I gave it to him. So power was with him. At that moment, he had the power, so I gave it to him. Which means I have paid my duty. Am I liable now? Who go get lost? Correct. Correct. Which means collected is important. Collected is. I'm changing the law now. No taxes shall be collected except by an authority of law. Meaning now has power to. Does not have power to. So Modi came on the stage and came and said, beta 10 lakhs pay income, I want 30% tax. I want 30% tax, meaning you have to pay. I went and I filed a return. 10 lakh rupees, I showed 1 rupee tax. I showed 1 rupee tax. Modi came to me and came and said, I want 3 lakhs. I said, sir, why? Why 3 lakhs? Who gave you the power to put 3 lakhs? Who gave you the power to put 3 lakhs? No one gave you the power. If you don't have the power, I have the power. And my power shows. Take 1 rupee. Correct. No. Which means both are. You miss one, nothing comes. Correct. Yes, yes. Laws are drafted in English to the sense that every word is important. Every word is important. One small mistake in the word, everything goes for a toss. Everything goes for a toss. And that's where we play, people. Yes, CAs are here to read the law. Correct. We are here to read in between the law. We are here to read in between the law. We don't read what is given. We try to find what is correct. Yes, yes, and that is what you're going to do along with me. That is what you're going to do along with me. In the whole subject, we'll do that only. We will try to find out what are those things which were not given and then find an answer for that as if it is by you. Say, It is given by you. If it is given by constitution, what is the point? Only if it is given by you that you save taxes. Correct, not correct? Yes or no? Yes. So certain point of time you will appreciate what the law says, but you will also become the lawmaker to the extent what law does not make. Agreed, not agreed? Yes. That's for people, both the words are extremely critical. Both the words are extremely critical. Now if you understand the article once again, it says Article 265 of the Constitution says no taxes shall be levied or collected except by an authority of law, which means now there should be an authority of law for you to collect or levy tax. For you to create an authority of law, you need a, which means then came article number 246. Then came article number 246, which came and said, for me to create a law, I am now putting a law. For me to create a law, I am putting a law. Because the problem came very simple, people. When it comes to taxes, it is not just Modi who collects it. There are 101 taxes in India, like income tax, property tax, water tax, GST, entertainment tax, customs duty, excise duty, service tax in old regime. Then you have value added tax in old regime. You have securities transaction tax when it comes to listed shares. You have professional tax which you pay to the state government. And you have plethora of taxes. You need to also now understand, Rahul, who should collect the and who should levy the tax. You are only going to pay. Who else is paying? Yes. Who should levy the taxes? Yes or no? Yes. So article number 246 now came and said, boss, when it comes to taxes, I now need to define a tax, and I also need to define who will levy the tax and who will. Because it's very simple, people. Not every tax will be collected by Modi. Some tax will also be collected by states. Some taxes will also be collected by the states. So 246 now comes and tells which tax will be collected by whom. Which means if it is given in central, state cannot collect. And if it is given in state, correct, not correct? Yes. So article number 246 came into picture, which came and said three kinds of parties I am recognizing: state government, central government, union government, or concurrent government, which means I now have to decide which tax will be collected by state, which tax will be collected by central, and which tax will be collected by both state and central. Which tax will be collected by both state and central. Agreed, not agreed? Yes or no? Yes. Question, people. I have income. Income tax wants tax. I have income. Income tax wants tax. This tax will go to central, state, both. Person collecting income tax is Modi, because I can make income from any state, even outside states. Even outside states. Agreed, not agreed? Yes. So Modi is collecting taxes on this, and therefore the power is with central. The power is with central. Agreed, not agreed? Yes or no? Yes. If I am telling professional tax, or I am saying PT, we call it PT, professional tax. Yes, professional tax is a state which is collected in respective states. Some states go and collect, some states don't collect, which means powers are with state government. Powers are with state government. People, when it comes to GST, you have three kinds of GST: IGST, CGST. Names are just SGST collected by state, CGST collected by, IGST collected by both. Okay, which means this is a tax which is collected by, which means it is concurrent. It is concurrent. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. Therefore, three lists were identified, people. List number 1, list number 2, and list number 3. Yes. List number 1 talks about union list, meaning the items which central can collect. List number 2 talks about state list, which collects state taxes. And list number 3 talks about concurrent list, where both the taxes are being shared by state and central. Both taxes are being shared by state and central. For me, my tax sits in union list. For me, my tax sits in union list. I will be talking about central taxes to you. I'll be talking about central taxes to you. When Vivek comes and teaches you indirect taxes, he'll be talking about concurrent taxes with you, where he'll teach you both state tax, central tax, IGST, integrated tax also. IGST, integrated tax also. Make sense? Yes or no? So technically, you may come and ask me, Rahul, there is not one law in direct tax, and there is not one law in indirect tax. There are 4 laws. 1 law in direct tax, 3 laws in indirect tax: state, central, integrated. 3 different acts you have to read with them. 3 different acts you have to read with them. It looks big, but it's actually small. Yes, that is what the provisions are. Any doubts on this? Yes. Although people, when it was introduced in India, they came and said, yes, income tax will be collected by central, But there is one tax which I don't want central to have, because that was the most primary business of India. Talking about agriculture incomes. Yes, at that point of time when India was very famous in agriculture, states came and said, we do not want to give this profits to central. I want it with me. I want it with me because my state is doing more agriculture. I want more tax. I want more tax. I'm not giving it to centrals. I'm not giving it to centrals. And therefore, when constitution was being created, it was decided that agriculture tax will remain with, balance will remain with. I am teaching you, which means for me agriculture is irrelevant. For me agriculture is irrelevant, which means I will come and tell you that if you see agriculture income in my subject, you will say exempt from tax. Which tax? Central tax. Exempt from central tax, or as we call it, income tax. Exempt from central tax or income tax. So in my subject, whenever you see the word agricultural income, I'll straightforward come and say exempt from income tax. Exempt from income tax. Any other income is what I'm going to discuss with you. Make sense? Yes. Read, people. Every law is categorized into 3 lists for you, which is as per article number 246. 3 lists are given to you. Union list. All laws made by the parliament are under union list. All laws made by the states are under state list. And all laws made by both the parties together is called concurrent list. On the union list, entry number 82 talks about my taxes, which is tax on income other than. Very good. In state taxes, entry number 46 talks about your agricultural income, which is tax on agricultural income. And under concurrent list, it's your goods and services tax. Make sense? Clear enough? Any doubts on this? Good to go? Yes. Great. Nothing of this is coming in exam. Don't worry about it. These are all basics for you. Yes. I'm now scratching the basics to understand if you know foundation. Yes. Any doubts till here? Good to go? Sure about it? Okay. Question. People, I'm going to teach you 2 things. One is called income tax laws, and one I'm going to teach you called as income tax act. One I'm going to teach you income tax laws, and one I'm going to teach you income tax act. Simple, straightforward question before even I teach it to you. Which is bigger? If you don't even know that, what will I teach you? We'll do poll. How many of you think law is bigger? 1 2 धीरे-धीरे erase करोगे तो क्या होगा फिर? 1 2 3 4. That's all. Everyone else thinks act is bigger. Okay. How many of you think act is bigger? There are some people with no mindset itself. People have to raise somewhere. Elimination method is not possible. Act is bigger. Because if you act, then it's a law. Or if it's a law, you act. People, what is bigger? Act is bigger. What is the subject name? My subject name is income tax laws. Which means I am teaching you income tax laws, but I am also teaching you income tax act, which means subject name is income tax laws, which means technically law is. Sorry? As per? It's, how do I put it to you? I'll ask you a simple question. People, in foundation, you had something called Companies Act. You also have companies rules. Yes. Now act is bigger, rules is bigger. Act is bigger than rules. Who decided that? Law decided it. Which law decided it? Company. Correct. No. People, Companies Act is there, Companies Rule is there. Both are part of company only, and both are laws only. Just that act is made by Parliament, rules is made by MCA, Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Hey, both are creating laws only, which means both together are making company law. Income Tax Act is made by Parliament. Income tax rules is made by Ministry of Finance. Both are together laws, which means people laws are bigger, because law, like I told you earlier itself, is anything you say is a law. Anything you say is a law. It does not have to be in act. It can also be in rules also. It can also be in rules also. Everything I say is a law. Yes or no? Yes. So everything which I talk about is going to be a law, and therefore it can be either in act also, or it can be in rules also. All together is going to be called. Make sense? Make sense? Sure. Tell me what and all is there in laws. Foundation. What is ordinance? You give me big jargons, I'm going to ask you to explain. अभी तो बोला मैं rules. गधा. People, foundation is in crisis right now. What and all did you learn? Companies Act, companies rules. Doctrine. Provisions are part of Act. Principles. That's also technically like law only. सुना हुआ है, पता नहीं क्या है, लेकिन है. गुड, तुम लोग ही बताओगे नेक्स्ट क्लास. सुना हुआ है, पता नहीं क्या है. ओ नो, पता सब है, आता कुछ नहीं है. Yes or no? Yes or no? People, when it comes to laws, there are items which are there in laws, like act. This is what the 5 items which are there in any act. Yes. Now this can be referred to any act, people. When it comes to Income Tax Act, it's called Income Tax Act, Income Tax Rules, Income Tax Circulars, Income Tax Notifications, and Income Tax Case Laws. When it comes to Companies Act, it is Companies Act. When it comes to Company Law, it is Companies Act, Companies Rules, Company Circulars, Company Notifications, and Company. Works in any law. Works in any law. Now you have read everything. You just don't know that you've read it. Yes. Pass kar liya, bas ho gaya. Yes. Don't worry. That is what I'm standing for. Yes. Next class, we are going to create something called as a law. Yes. We will create a law. Yes. As if you and I are the lawmakers right now, we will create a law. We will create a law. Next class. Yes. Next class, let me understand how much law you know in foundation. Right. So next class, we'll try to create a law together. We'll try to assume that we are the lawmakers. What do you want to create? I'm assuming let's create Fruit Act. We'll create a Fruit Act. Yes, so we'll create a fruit law. We'll create a fruit law. Basically, I have a problem. The problem is I don't know what do you mean by fruit. Because every Tom, Dick and Harry is coming and talking shit to me. Tomato is a fruit, bhindi is a fruit. Someone is coming and saying tomato is a fruit, ladyfinger is a fruit, chili is also a fruit. कौन सी fruit salad में डाले पता नहीं. Yes or no? Yes. So I'm having problems now. And you are going to help me as my ministry. So I am the leader. You are my ministry. You are going to create fruit law. You're going to create a fruit law, and we're going to come to a conclusion tomorrow, next class. What is fruit? Now you and I are going to decide what is fruit. मतलब हमने decide कर दिया, मतलब ये Profex का law. इसके बाद यही चलेगा. Between us, बाहर जाके कुछ भी हो जाए. Yes. Between us, whenever we discuss going forward, this is what is a fruit. This is agreed. You do not dispute me next class. We have agreed it together. Correct? So you fight amongst yourself and come next class and you tell me what is a fruit. Yes. But tomorrow next class, if someone comes and says, Rahul, no, I want chili to be fruit. She doesn't like it. I don't care. I want unanimous votes. You are my ministry. You cannot fight amongst yourself. You can fight only with other people. Okay? Next class, people. Next class. Right now, this is clear? Yes. Right now, people, we're talking about we having income tax laws, which has income tax act, income tax rules, income tax circulars, income tax notifications, and income tax case laws. Clear? Yes. Simple question before I leave you for today. Who creates what? In India, who creates what? Law is created by constitution. I am helping you. Act is done by
Rule is by Ministry of History.
Act is done by Parliament. Okay.
Rule is by
Rules is done by. That is what is Ministry of Parliament. Nirmala Tai is sitting in Parliament. She is a part of Ministry of Finance only. No. People going forward, if you use the word government, I'm going to tell me I'm the government. I don't want government. Official Gazette is the place where you store it. It's a library. That is what is Parliament. President is the one who signs the act. That is what is Parliament. People, who creates rules for company? Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Along with them, there is someone called ROC, Registrar of. Full form sabka pata hai. Yes. In income tax, we have a special body. We have a special body. The special body is called as CBDT. DT तुम्हें पता है? It is Central Board of Direct Taxes. These are the person who creates your rules, circulars, and notifications. Rules, circulars, and notifications. Yes. Basically, when I create fruit ministry, yes, you are going to be my fruit ministry. Who's going to help me create the law? But you will be given special powers to also create rules. You'll also be given special powers to create rules. Same logic, people. Parliament creates, or Ministry of Finance, Nirmala Tai creates acts. Nirmala Tai has given a special power to a special board called as Central Board of Direct Taxes, which creates rules. Correct? Similarly, people, when you go to indirect taxes, it is called CBIC. It is called CBIC, Central Board of Indirect Tax and Customs. It is called a Central Board of Indirect Tax and Customs. Make sense? Yes or no? Yes. Any doubts, Julia? Can we close for today? Okay, great. People, no reference for you. Nothing to read and come for tomorrow's class. Nothing to read and come for tomorrow, Friday's class, whatever it is. Yes. You don't have anything to read, people. I am just trying to build the basics right now. Yes. For the next class also, we are not starting the subject. मैं बता देता हूँ clearly. Yes. For you to create a law itself will take the whole day. Yes. So we are only going to create a law in the next class. We are not starting with the subject. Starting next week, we are going to start looking at what is income tax. We're going to start looking at what is income tax. That time you'll have your books in your hand. Yes. Right now, this week, I don't have a problem. You can come as relaxed as possible. I don't need any books in your hands also. I only need your stationaries. I need your stationaries. Get your stationaries gathered with me. Yes or no? Yes. Next class is on Friday. Friday. Quick question. Everyone will come? Thank you, people. Have a good day.